Take a trip.
Take a trip with nature.
That works for Willa.
Is that for like edibles?
Probably.
Is that for your magic mushrooms?
That's probably what they meant, but I thought it was super hilarious because I'm a tree.
Oh, what on your?
Take a walk with nature, or take a trip with nature.
Yeah, well, you're definitely gonna take a trip with Willa, that's for sure.
We're going on a trip on a giant freaking tree.
All I can think is like HR Puffin stuff when I think of her.
The puppet?
Puffin.
HR Puffin stuff. Remember that?
Oh yeah, the tree forest or whatever with all the talking trees.
Yeah. That's Willa.
I think I've seen that.
Because you were like not even born like 50 years.
Yeah, I don't even think your parents were born yet.
Yeah, I don't think your parents were born when we were watching that.
Well, actually,
Freddy with his magical flute.
Yeah.
Steady magical skin flute. Remember?
No,
oh, Jimmy. That's it.
No innuendo there.
Oh, Jimmy.
Okay, so knowing Jason, we're already live.
Shut up, Freddy.
Shut up, Freddy. Oh yeah, we've been live for like 10
Freddy.
minutes.
Oh, we have?
Thought so.
Did you get him doing the thing with the shirt?
No, that I missed.
The thing with the shirt.
No, the hiding his.
The wicked witch is gonna get us.
Stupid.
Shut up, you fucking fruit.
And it was like a 30-year-old.
The dude was like 30 years old.
I know,
playing
like a 50.
Yeah. And you know what what happens to you when you're 30 years old and you play a 15-year-old, ladies and gentlemen? You become a heroin addict. And you die in a room with no furniture.
Is that what happened?
With a
to
needle
him?
in your arm.
Is that what happened to him?
I think so, something like that.
Yeah.
Look it up. I don't know.
It's sad.
It just sounds like a good story. Now I gotta look it up. Let me look it up.
D&D. All the stories in your head.
Yeah, right? All the corrupted stories in his head. Well, happy Monday, everybody. Getting off to a slow week. I have fallen in love with this amazing AI art generator called Midjourney.
Everybody has. I haven't tested it though.
Holy buckets. It's insane.
That's the one on Discord, right?
Yeah.
It is insane. But here's the crazy thing.
Oh.
I was watching a guy.
Oral cancer. Sorry, guys.
I was watching a creator who actually made a really good argument and compliment for how you can use it as a starting point
Oh, yeah.
and then turn it into something much more incredible. So he was showing how he was doing the AI, and then he'd take the image and put it into his Photoshop suite, and then he'd go into his Photoshop suite and make it more unique by the way he was doing it. So I was pretty impressed with that. That was pretty cool. Photoshop makes me cringe. I can't do Photoshop at all.
Okay. Not even photo editing?
No, it's just written too much. Like I can do the small Photoshop applications, like the cheat ones, the quick ones that let you just do minor changes and minor things. I just don't have the patience to sit there with an engineer's mind and do 5 hours of tweaking to a photo. Like I can't qualitate it. I'd rather write 25 pages.
So what you could do is just brainstorm it all in your head and then do it in like 10 to 15 minutes.
But I can't. Oh my goodness, son. That strawberry is getting everywhere but your mouth.
It's kind of like you do your writing, right? So if you were to write an entire thing and it took hours to do it, yeah? But then, I don't know, electric surge and you lost it all. How much longer would it take you to rewrite it?
A lot.
You think?
Yeah.
Because
I tend to rewrite after I write, so it'll never be the same.
Well, it'll never be the same, but like it'll be better than you originally made it, and it'll take you half the time to do it.
Maybe.
Because that's how I've done that back when I was in college doing the art stuff. Like sometimes that would happen. Like
So I used this how good that silly AI thing was. I used a random character generator, took the description that it randomized, and then put that in the AI generator, and it built the portrait.
Oh, That's
I was
fun.
like, oh, this is a big deep hole I could get lost in. I mean, I had spent the last, I don't know, 2 days just making all these maps I've been wanting to make and these like scaled landscapes. Cause now I figure out how I can turn it into maps.
Mm-hmm.
I can get it to make fantasy maps too.
What?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I thought you liked using Ascar.
Oh no, yeah, I do, but those are global regional map references that you can still kind of use from a content
Can't you
perspective.
zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom
Yeah.
in, get local though.
But no, this was like just kind of making kind of player friendly graphical maps for player immersion as opposed to my more framework maps. So
More artsy.
yeah.
You okay?
All right, everybody. Welcome back. We're at session 15. And it only took 12 of those sessions to finally get caught up to the caravan. Almost.
You know what's super funny? I was just looking back at my notes to get write some reference stuff down in the
Yeah.
beginning, and apparently we were only 3 days behind the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
On average, yeah.
3 days. Yeah.
But oh, 3 days and a million days. It's doesn't really matter.
And I think that's when you've got to really jam full of fruit to keep it.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, bud.
Oh,
Jam
it's
that
so
fruit.
good.
Jam that
Now I'm
fruit.
getting strawberries all over my stuff, my hands.
Make it go and make all the stuff smell like strawberries too.
Put some more of them. Put some of that stuff in there.
He loves that pillow, man. Loves
I
that.
have
You
to
want that pillow? Is that a good one, huh?
start him on
does.
peanut butter too.
I got
I
all my
tried
spin
peanut butter
on it.
earlier today.
Oh, really? How'd
It
that
takes on
go?
a different nuanced flavor
Fine.
when you
No
put a lot of
allergy, no
spin on
nothing,
something.
huh? Oh, thank God he's going to be a normal child.
You say that.
My children suck when it comes to food.
I was like, not normal? I mean, I'm
Well,
allergic to all nuts.
sometimes-
Well, you're happy normal. That's fine.
Sometimes you
acceptable.
start off okay with food and then you become like my aunt. She extremely liked garlic. She had it in everything, and now she's allergic to it, and she's very sad about that.
No. No.
Mm.
Well, let's go ahead and recap. So where we last left off, I did an amazing job of fleshing out the Crossroads village that you guys decided to bail on.
We would have
mean, the
That's
one
why
that
we
got,
didn't level up. We ruined his good
the one
time.
that got worm attacked.
That wasn't a village.
No.
Winch Leech. You guys just went
We
there.
haven't left Winchleach.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we, were
we
on
did.
The, we were on the road
Yes,
and we
we
met him in
did.
the caravan and got the 4 horses.
No,
We left.
that was
Winch Leach.
before Winchleach.
That was before you got to Winch Leech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, because it was after you left the garden fort, the
No,
garden spot.
I have.
Okay.
You
I
ran
have-
into the
we make it to
caravan. You
Winchleach.
guys, we left off with you guys at the Brass Cup.
Okay.
Yeah. We haven't
I
left.
thought that my asterisks
Okay.
are correct. You haven't left yet.
Okay.
'Cause I'm like, we make it to Winchleach, we stable the horses and the wagon, and head over to the Brass Cup Inn,
Okay.
and we long rest and wake up in the morning and have breakfast.
Okay.
And then I had on my list, we have to get supplies and follow after the caravan, which left the previous morning. So I had that note. We got to get supplies.
Okay.
Shopping!
And explore the town that he fleshed out so that we could explore it.
We don't. We don't need to. We need to go catch up to a caravan that left.
Yesterday morning, we can probably catch up to it by like tomorrow evening
Maybe.
or tonight, depending on how fast the caravan goes. But we have a wagon, so probably not.
No.
You got a wagon full of rocks
Yeah, we have a wagon. full.
and field samples.
And if I'm sitting there, you also have a tree.
And we have a tree.
Yeah, you
That's
were
fair.
asleep at the outhouse, and then we woke up and there was flowers everywhere.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that
I knew
jogs
that
my memory.
happened. I just thought that had already happened.
It's the edibles.
So,
Please take as many as you want.
after you guys had left the dwarven tomb to its own devices of being flooded, and the
Can we turn that down?
is it too loud?
What do you mean it's too loud?
Whatever do you mean?
That's good. Thank you.
As you guys had left the dwarven tomb after flooding it and millions of poor people at the bottom of the tomb suffered an agreed. No, I'm just kidding.
All those people were spared from being sacrificed.
But they were all bad.
They were all bad.
Sacrificed to a blithering mouther. Thank you.
Then, getting back on the road, you found yourself arriving at a fort, a place known as the Gardens, a way station used to keep the road clear and open through patrols. You also begin to learn, unfortunately, that if you allow certain people to remain on guard and then they fall asleep and your
Don't get me
animals
on
get eaten.
I really can't be the judge for spice. I'm sorry.
I really liked those ice raptors.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Jerry.
Jerry.
They're a wonderful species.
I
and
really
I'll
hope
miss
you
them also.
probed one so you can turn into one.
When you guys reached the waypoint station, you encamped, and then the waypoint station was then attacked by one of the frozen worms from the north, which we now learned, at the very least, it's unusual that they should be this far south, on top of the fact that this one in particular that attacked and then ran off was quite large.
Huge.
However, you
Gigantic
recovered,
even.
got back on the road to Winchleach, came across a caravan, a supply caravan that was making its way to the waypoint, or to the way station, the garden spot. And then you were able to buy 4 horses off of them. Once you had horses, you picked up the pace and made your way into Winchleach. You headed into the Breadbridge section, and then settled into the East Road section at a place called the Brass Cup. Once there, you collapsed out, took the long rest, woke up the next morning,
Not dead.
and currently, yeah, not dead. Currently, the group is sitting at the table on the morning of the final day of travel to catch up with the caravan. Days turned into weeks. You've made it this far, so far.
I don't think it's been weeks plural. Has it?
Well,
A few days, but I don't. Maybe.
you guys had, well, before
What
you
is-
met up
what
with
is today? So I
Belladonna,
can
you,
write that at
you
the top
made
of the
all,
page.
you made your way all the way over to that one area.
Henceforth, I would like to write down the dates at the top of the page so I know.
That's
what
up to
day it
you.
is. So what's the day?
What does Kirk always say?
Stardate.
Stardate.
Yes.
Cuz log start date 8126.2.
Issylra's date.
So we are in spring in Exandria. So it is the month of Thunshir
What's your
Cheers.
shirt say?
of the 21st day.
Get good.
Dying to make sure.
You're only 10 days away from Mary Franz Day, which
Not wrong.
is the 31st.
Hey, dying.
Mary Franz.
Mary Franz Day.
Is that a holiday?
Yes, it's
Cool.
considered the
Ready for all this day.
it's considered the ending of the festival and the spring harvest. And then the following month of Undalar is the period of deep solace and zenith, which is the beginning of the transition to summer.
Oh, that's where they chop down a live sentient tree and burn it on a pyre, right?
Yeah.
You better hide.
Cool. I'm going to probably go a little cross-eyed, guys. Not that I have any eyes.
So, it's morning, the 21st of Thunshir. As far as you know, the caravan is maybe a day ahead of you, maybe at best pace. Considering the difficulties and travels that you guys have had, chances are they've had equal difficulties, which is probably why they decided to leave when they did. But it's a relatively calm morning. There's no spring rains. Still a little muddy from the previous rains that have rolled through. But you guys are now in Winchleach at the table of the Brass Cup enjoying your breakfast. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we have to get supplies.
Okay.
We don't have all that much money now because, well, we bought horses.
Goat.
And 2 goats.
How much did you have?
Well,
all
you have
money,
one
or-
goat left.
Yes. How much did what?
You gonna be okay over there, Ivar?
Yeah. What? I'm just looking at myself. Okay, so when we got that amount of money, did we split it or not split it?
We didn't split it. That's what I spent on the horses.
So your share got spent without your consent.
We got horses.
So the metal discs were given to someone for horses.
My metal discs.
Okay.
A variety of colored metal discs.
Alright.
Monetary system of credits.
Ancient monetary system that they use. We put biometrics on our hands that encapsulate our wealth.
Do you want me to split it? You want me to split it now, and you can have your part?
Everything is provided.
Willa doesn't need money. She's gonna just go wandering around.
I know. I
seeing
have your money.
what
Set
I can get
aside.
into.
It's like that ice train. We just
You know,
get-
wander the streets. You're currently in the East Road section, in particular. You are in. You are in the Shadow Square neighborhood of the East Road section.
Shadow Road? That doesn't sound loaded.
Shadow
Square.
Square. You're in the East
The fact
Road
that it's a square
ward.
makes it so much better.
Well, that's kind of like when you go to Triangle Park, that's located in Square Circle.
Or this street, other street, that street.
There's always that.
Not this one. The next one.
Those are all
Way.
street names.
It's almost like he's playing. I think we should just go roll all the bombs and get some money.
What do you think we should do?
Oh wait, I'm loading up my drawers.
What do you
right
think
now.
we
I'll
should
let
do?
you
What are we
know.
gonna do?
All right. Well,
Chew on something? Start chewing on.
We think there's baby nap in that pillow. He loves that thing.
That's once your spit is enriched. It has subtle nuances now.
You would know about pillow biting, wouldn't you?
Mhm.
It said shivers. on
Don't call her Pillow. Her name is Kiko-san.
It's Kiko-san.
It's an anime body pillow.
Gotcha.
I married it last week.
was the ceremony beautiful?
It was beautiful. She said yes, of course.
Were there sakura blossoms?
Now I want to
that?
watch Firefly.
Sakura blossoms.
What?
Instead of cherry blossoms, they're sakura blossoms. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
that's it.
We
Okay.
ran to our honeymoon like this. Our hands behind.
So your hands would be there, hers would be like.
Yeah. You just fold the pillow back a little bit and your arms go back.
Okay, I just want to explore the town because I'm observing people. How do people interact with each other?
Give me a
how to be
survival
people.
check as you begin to explore this
I'm trying to
section of the town that you're in.
I'm trying to understand people. That's kind of my goal. That's why I'm out here in the world.
Fair.
Cool. That's 2 11s.
So it's 11
Plus,
to 11.
3.
Is that 11sies?
11sies, yeah.
So can I put them together and just make it a
22.
100?
1111?
Yeah.
And you.
Okay.
You're
So
1,000.
Willow gets up from the table, heads out, says she's going to go explore the town.
It doesn't sound it's gonna go well.
Well, let's go with you.
Let's go with you.
Let's
keep
go with
walking.
you.
With you.
Keep
Wait,
walking.
wait.
She's
We're
already
coming.
speaking in the third person.
Well, let's just. We're coming too.
Willa would like to explore.
Yes, we'll explore with you.
So who's all going with Willow?
Oh, I'm going with Willa.
Okay.
It's just like a what would be considered like a shithole, or has it got like?
Yeah, I mean, like any community, it's going to have its good sections, bad sections. The section that you're in now
I mean,
feels
how
very...
is it like what I'm saying is
That
it a
feels
built
working-
up town where it'd be like maybe have a library or?
Oh yeah, it's almost a city.
Okay.
Yeah, it's close to. It's like it's burgeoning. It's an overgrown large town. It's to the point of where it's almost the beginnings of like kind of turning into a city.
I'm gonna go go to the library, see if I can find the library.
Okay.
I'll ask a few questions.
Yeah, there's some places that I know when we were coming in, there was a bread ridge, almonds forge, garters, something, eye of horrors, and Murky Park.
Eye of Horrors.
I don't know. And North Lamp Way. Those are things I tried to write on when he was sitting on my lap, and I was like, I'm trying to read my writing. I'm like, oh. I think I was doing it left-handed.
She's speaking to her god.
Oh,
What did it say?
She asked it, should I go with Willa? What did it say?
could you live with your own failure? But look what you are now. You're back to me.
You didn't run away when you told me to.
Yeah, so I was on the
By the way, if anyone's wondering, Belladonna has a religious focus called the conch.
The Great Conch.
The Great
And
Conch.
she will often ask the Great Conch what she should do. I've written a whole backstory behind that, by the way.
It's like communing. It's like she's communing with your god.
Right? It's like, should I take
Well, I
No,
mean,
it's Vecna.
it's totally
Totally back now.
It's totally Vecna.
It's his disembodied finger from his other hand.
75 games from now, watch. It'll be Vecna.
The conch is
The
big
dude we
bad.
let go was Vecna.
The
worm was Vecna.
It's like the crystal thing that you have, and you put it on the ground, and it starts
Vecna. Yeah.
It creates a
It creates
body
Vecna.
around it, like
Everything's
Well, I mean, it doesn't. I mean, if something could come out of this thing, it'd be from the top like this.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't be coming out of it. It would literally become the heart of it.
You open
Like
it
a-
up.
We
and
don't want to
there's a
see your
little Vecna in
god's insides.
it. You just broke it. You broke your god.
I flashed
No.
everyone.
You
You'll be
flashed your
paying for
god.
that later.
Mm-mm.
Oh, there I might be paying for it now.
So you're heading out to look for a
A
library or
library.
academy or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second
Willa
time
and Jade are looking to go explore the
Uh,
current area there in the Shadow
Yes,
Square.
'cause I need to go find supplies and make sure I keep Willa from getting cut down.
Fair point. What are you doing, Belladonna?
Go to the library.
My heart is telling you no. Sponge is telling you yes.
Library.
Sounds appropriate.
Well, 'cause
Belladonna-
my heart said no.
So
Go
the
get
halfling and the dwarf heading over to the library, or at least
Yeah.
looking for it.
All right.
And then Jade and Willa exploring the local community in the current district that you're in.
With
the
Ivory.
Eastborough district. Belladonna and Jerry, you guys wrap up your meal. You head out the front entrance point. It's a big town. How do you want to try to find this academy or library? What's your plan?
Oh, well, I guess before I leave, I just ask the bartender because he might know,
Bartender.
Okay.
or the person that runs it, whatever.
You're looking for a library.
A place with books, usually called a
Uh,
library.
Well, I mean, in the center of town, probably over in the Glassboro, there's a place that the Silver Senate uses. And I think they'd probably keep it there. It's called the Oculus of Night. You can't miss it.
Party of foreboding something.
Silver
Library?
Senate, huh?
Okay, we'll head over that way. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, welcome.
Here,
Oh, yeah, that's
have
great,
a
great.
round metal disc.
Yeah, the copper.
me.
That's awesome. Thank you. Jerry can't differentiate. He doesn't care.
Random.
I could tell you on this. This is brilliant. Yeah, I'll put it right here next to my stack of 10,000 coppas that watch it grow.
What was the library called?
The Oculus of Night.
You gave me directions to a building. You didn't
Oh,
give me information that'll save the world.
Somebody gave us a fussy face.
What's a matter?
I didn't let him drop. I didn't let the toy drop.
Oh, no.
You know what?
And then Jerry said, how much are you doing? She's all,
You know what?
What are you thinking?
The names of the streets and the libraries in this town, and there's a group called the Silver Senate. It just feels very culty to me.
Yep.
all hail the Silver Senate.
I'm just saying.
That's what Jerry says as he walks out the tavern. Come on, Belladonna. All hail the Silver
Silver
Senate.
I mean, you know.
We're going to what this town would consider, like,
just walking
The
behind,
Church of
just like
Scientology.
Shadow
this isn't gonna go
Square, the Oculus of Night, Eye of Horus, Murky's Park. I don't know. So at least these very weird names to me. I don't know.
Not really. I would say if you think about where it's located in the Highlands, this is not a pretty land.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty. It's for the most part, with the exception of a short spring and a very short summer, it's kind of just a barren landscape of forest, rock, and ice, and
A shithole.
the further north you go, it's just glaciers. I mean, this place is normally very cold. Winter, I mean, traveling in the dead of winter can practically kill you. So it's a very harsh environment, and you would actually begin to connect that the naming conventions probably match the mood of those that are kind of responsible for doing such things. So it's not that uncommon.
Maybe they
As
might.
long as we don't ask the wrong questions and get a knife.
You, every single time you've asked a question, it's been the wrong question. So I don't know what
Yeah.
you're worried about.
Yeah.
Jade.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you asking about stuff we're doing?
All right, so Jerry and Belladonna heading over into the Glass Barrow and looking for the Oculus.
Of night.
I almost called you Thea. Willa and Jade.
She's also a druid, so I don't.
Give me perception checks as you begin to wander the Shadow Square. Ooh, he was hungry, huh?
It's more, I needed him to be hungry.
Ooh, ooh. That's
Good.
22.
Nice role play. Good monkey role play.
He responded to Willa's excitement and let go.
So
Come on,
true.
kid. You said perception?
Yes, please.
Oh, look, Jade. There's one of those small humanoid things. What do you call them again?
I got a dirty 20.
There's a couple shops that you guys notice in this area. There is a very kind of elaborately decorated, almost to the point of over the top, 2-story structure of stone and wood. And it's called the Mad Bean. You also pass what looks to be, might be just a general store, as it's called the Bronze Star. And then you pass another kind of general looking store, only it seems to mostly be supplied with possible tinker's equipment and tools, called Manga's Skins.
Manga
Mangas. Mangas.
skins.
Possibly named after its owner.
Does he like the animes?
And then you notice a very small, simple structure that looks to specialize in jewelry, gems, and other items, perhaps. That seems to be called the Sparkles Worth.
The sparkles worth.
Otherwise, because the weather's improved, there are the occasional kiosks of individuals selling just either basic wares, maybe things that refugees passing through might need, or people looking to settle out on the frontier might need, whether it be equipment, tools, basic supplies, just kind of almost as if maybe they gave up trying to get where they're trying to go, and now they're selling off their wares to kind of make it a go here in the Winchleech.
I want to pull out the jewelry that we found from, what was it? It was like 12 pieces of jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
From that shambling mound.
Oh yeah,
And I want to
that's
look
right.
at them, and I want to kind of, do any of them look magical?
Give me an investigation check as you are just taking a moment to examine them.
Do not have a proficiency in investigation. Okay. 19.
19. There's just a hand coming out of your stomach. I would say there's 5 gold rings, maybe 3 platinum bracelets,
5
couple
gold rings.
3 platinum
5
bracelets,
gold rings,
3 pendants.
3 platinum bracelets.
Yeah,
Bracelets.
and then 3 pendants. As you're kind of looking through this gear, these items, there's a circlet that looks out of place. It's made way too nice. It's got pretty high-end gems in it. It feels like a master-crafted item. It feels like something was made with a great deal of care. And more importantly, it seems to be in the shape of a snake, like purposely to imitate a snake. And the tail is wrapped around an emerald, and then the mouth is open into a diamond. It just feels a lot more well done compared to the others.
Okay. And the other ones don't really look like they're nondescript. They're maybe a little
They're
tarnished
nice. Probably have some solid value, but for the most part.
I'm going to put the circlet back, and I'm going to take those 5 golden rings, 3 platinum bracelets, and the 3 pendants, and go to the
3 turtle.
Boy, she'll do anything for advantage.
and go to the hey Willa, let's look at that jewelry store,
All right.
and let's go to the jewelry store.
That was the sparkling words.
Yeah.
I wanted to go in there anyways.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As the two of you go up the stairs and into the front door, it's a pretty simple space. The ground floor is open with glass boxes and display cases and display points where certain things are out and on display. But then there's 2 stairwells that lead up to a loft, and you can see that they work on jewelry up there. Like, you can see the tables, you can see the individuals working on all the different kind of jewelry and other things that are up there. There is a kind of very gray-skinned looking human behind the counter of the center podium. He's got a loop in his eye. He seems to be examining a small kind of contingent of jewels off to his left. He looks up, pale blue eyes and braided brown hair. Well, what can I do for the 2 of you?
Just looking.
I can't hear you, dear. You'll have to speak up.
I'm just looking.
I still can't hear.
at
Oh, wait a minute.
your-
He taps something that's in his ear, like this gold. Okay, sorry. Say that again.
I'm just looking, but my friend Jade here has some sparklies.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, I have some stuff I was interested in seeing how much.
Please, on the table. Allow me to look at them for you.
Well, she's good. I'm
I
just gonna go look.
Put
Okay. Give me
The-
perception as you begin to look around the room.
the 5 rings and the 3 bracelets and the 3 pendants.
Okay. He kind of picks each one of the rings up, looks at them, feels their heft, and moves them off. And then he does the same thing with the bracelets and the pendants. And he goes, decent work, for sure. For this lot, total, I'd rather work in larger numbers. I can give you 222 platinum for the lot.
22 platinum. What do you think, Willa?
I
Oh,
rolled
she's
a
already
fif-
wandered
yeah,
off.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
You turn around. And
Yeah, what do you think? What?
Well,
She's like circling the store. Like, there's like some pendant hanging off of a display case. She touches it and she vanishes.
yes.
No, I'm kidding.
Wouldn't that be terrifying? A
No,
walking,
not for
walking
you.
invisible tree.
Yeah, that would be terrifying.
Because you know, people's like, where did that
Out of
tree come
character,
from in the middle of
does
the
that
street?
seem like, insight check? Does it seem
Give me an
like
insight check. See if he's, if you feel like he's giving you a deal or not.
I got a dirty 20. Wait, I think
You can
no,
always
I got
feels a-
29. I'm
feels a
sorry,
little
19.
low.
19? It
Feels a little low. There's a lot of precious metals in that jewelry that you just put on the table.
Persuasion.
Yeah, but I'm really terrible about acting out persuasion part of it.
You can always,
That's
you can always call me over there and I can be scary.
That's
I'm not very good at charisma.
I
But,
don't,
you
I
know.
don't know if that would get us a higher price. Being scary, I mean.
Hmm.
Why are you playing with my shoes?
He loves shoes, that kid.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
So, 222 platinum then. Is that agreeable? I'm not very good at reading tabaxi faces, so you'll have to pardon me
I'm
if
going
I've offended
to-
you.
Smile or like,
Sure.
very.
Big teeth.
I know.
Hey,
You don't look like you're trying
smile.
to eat me. That meat in your fangs.
Probably.
What did that be? Intimidation roll?
We did eat a goat yesterday.
Bloodstone on the shirt.
I was hoping for more.
Okay, well, off of that,
Okay,
just give me a persuasion check. See if the hesitation and the hoping for more would be enough.
You said what was it?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Please.
Nothing's gonna make that roll better. I can tell.
Nothing's gonna make that roll better. No.
Can I start?
I'm
touching
afraid
things?
that 220 I have to stand firm.
That's
Can
alright.
I
I'll
start
take
being
him to.
distracting over here and like?
You have no idea what she's
I
doing.
know, but I'm just gonna be touching things and being distracting.
It's fair.
It's fine. I'll scoop them back up and say that's alright. I'll see what I can get for them in Vasselheim.
Very well. Good luck with that. You can see Willa off to the one side, kind of. Uh-oh. What happened?
Yeah, got it.
Uh-oh.
He hit his head.
I don't know.
It's always hard to do that with the smaller stems.
Hi.
Hi.
He's fine. Did you hurt the floor with your head?
I
No,
felt the
I
earth.
think he walked into the chair. Like as he was
Oh.
scooching forward, he banged into the bottom
Oh
of his chair.
no.
That tired face.
Oh no, tired baby. Tired
So
baby.
with the two of you, are you still in the shop, just kind of looking around?
Well, Willow is still looking around. Yeah.
Okay.
No, do not
I mean,
spill
you notice
my
some nice
food.
things.
Okay.
I mean, anywhere from like nice pendants, necklaces, everything in here. If it is crafted in house, those pieces are definitely noticeable. But you also notice a lot of not regional pieces, like pieces from other lands. Like you can't help but notice that like a full set of jewelry that might have come from someone in Marquesia because of the way the style and the fashion it was. You get the feeling once again people get here and are probably unloading whatever they can to raise funds to do whatever they're going to do next. It feels like this particular individual has positioned himself quite well to not only take advantage of that, but he's collected a lot of nice pieces.
Yep, and he does not need to have ours if he's gonna low.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Is there anything that catches my eye specifically? You know, like sometimes you're just wandering in a store and something's like,
Yeah,
it's like it gives me a feeling.
I would say there is
My
one
elbow.
ring that catches your eye, and
Is
it's
it one
mostly
ring to rule them all?
it's mostly because when Jade decides to give up on haggling, she tracks you down, and you're staring at this cylindrical glass case, and the ring is literally floating inside the glass case with little arcs of energy coming off of it. They're kind of, and the ring is a golden platinum ring that takes up about half a finger length, and then the ridge of the ring has like a string of diamonds in it, except in the very middle there's like a emerald flare to it. But the whole ring just sits there kind of floating and hovering in little energy arcs coming off of it.
Look, Jade, there's a ring in here and it's floating all on its own. Strange.
It's a neat magic trick.
I'm gonna walk over. Actually, is it in a display case where I can't touch it?
Yeah,
No.
obviously.
Can't throw with your finger.
Yeah.
Look at it. I
Okay.
must touch it.
there a way to open the case?
Looking at it, it is surprisingly solid.
Mhm.
It looks like you could lift it up.
Can I do that?
You touch it? Okay, give me a con save when you touch it.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
That's a 17 plus 3, so natural 20.
You feel a shock kind of course through your system
Mhm.
as you take half of 9 points of lightning damage, and a loud noise goes out, almost like a beeping kind of silver bell chime goes out, and the please don't touch anything over there. Just look with your eyes, please. Look with your
I want
eyes.
to know why it's floating.
You could ask. You just look at me and ask.
Was there a sign that says please ask?
Well, no, but I own the place and I'm the proprietor. You can ask questions
Why is it floating?
because it's infused with magic. It's a magical
All
ring.
magic rings float.
Well, this one in particular exists in its own stasis that, no offense, but neither one of you looked like you could afford it. So,
How much is it?
well, that one in particular is 2,000 platinum.
You
Is that a
take a
lot
check?
of money?
Yeah, honey, that's a lot of money.
You take a check. Can I predate it?
What's it do?
Well, it allows
to
the
the
wearer of it to not only become invisible, but they're able to fly as well.
Can I have it?
No, no, you may not. No.
Very
You're
interesting, that
strange.
story.
You're a stranger to these parts, aren't you?
It seems
I feel
that
like
it
you
would
just
seem that
fucking
way.
go.
Like
No,
you
it doesn't
fly.
seem that way, dear. You
That's-
are strange
That's perfect.
I've lived here my entire
have to
life
ride a horse.
in one way or another.
in this town.
No, not this town.
And no one would ever have to see you. if you're naked.
Okay.
That's right.
Is there anything I can do for the two of you? You're kind of freaking me out a little bit.
That's strange.
She has that effect on people. Come on, Willow. Let's go look for more supplies.
As she's pulling me out the door, my eyes like don't leave it, as my head just kind of keeps.
Yeah, he's just like
like,
watching the two
you
of
know, because
you.
they don't really have bones and stuff, so my head just has stayed like that. Very
Your face moves in the tree form, but your body's turned.
yes, yes, very much like a doll that doesn't have accurate autonomy.
So for the two of you wandering through the streets, you make your way out of the Issylra district and take a rather large kind of bridge road combination over into the Glassboro. And it's not that difficult to find because as you're coming over this walkway bridge to come down into the Glassboro, you could see a large green park in the center. You can see a large dome-like structure in the middle of that, surrounded by what appears to be government-style buildings. Most of the buildings you've seen up to this point have either been shop-based, residential-based, maybe artisan craft and light manufacture. Just, you could kind of tell them, but the center of Winchleach, where all the crossroads meet, they all seem to meet at this point.
Would there
The-
be a festival going around since today's supposed to be a holiday?
No, it was the end of the
It's in 10
month.
days.
It's in 10 days. It's a holiday.
But you can see prep. Like you can see the beginnings of decorations going up, banners. In fact, on the outskirts of the domed area, where it's basically this giant kind of like just this giant granite dome that's been neatly carved out. There's pillars that surround it and stairs that lead up to it. And it seems to be just a rather large, rounded structure surrounded by parks, water fountains. This feels like a gathering point. And you can see the beginnings of individuals beginning to set up booths and stalls and people setting up tents and pavilions like in anticipation of the celebration that's coming up, which is to wish the spring goodbye and eventually, you know, welcome in the summer. But as you guys come into the Glassboro area and into the Fountain Park section, you're now standing looking up at the Oculus Library.
Are there any guards or anything in front of the door?
There's you know, the typical guards in pairs or threes that are either patrolling and walking around, just keeping an eye on things. You do notice 2 guards stationed at what looks to be like one of the main entrances up into the Oculus. But for the most part, people coming and going about a normal morning's day of activity. There are a lot of scribe and kind of acolyte individuals, like either robed or students or looking like people that maybe are in the business of doing research, coming and going through the main entrance.
All right, I'll go in.
Okay. Start walking up.
Look for maybe a librarian.
Okay. So as you guys cross the threshold into the main foyer and greeting point of the library, you notice that the room is quite large here where you can stand, but the building itself looks like it keeps going on. But there's no access to it. You see a huge kind of horseshoe carved banister, and there are individuals on the other side of it. People are either queued up or currently in front of individuals, and they seem to be exchanging conversations. There is one librarian that looks like maybe she is currently available. She's kind of a young female, brown hair. She's wearing gnome-like spectacles, very, almost like they're too small for her face. Heavily freckled, blue eyes, maybe wearing just kind of casual attire. She sees the 2 of you kind of come in and try to make eye contact, and she looks at the 2 of you and, is there anything I can do for you?
Yes, I'd like to have anything on the regions north of here, and also anything on ice worms.
Both of you.
The flora and fauna section would probably have things that you would require on ice worms. As far as the regions north, is there a particular area that you have in mind?
Yeah, what's the name of that place where the dragon's at?
We do have entire sections on the
Hydro
Thorain
region.
Tundra, the Zenwick Mountains, the Vespa Timberland, the Sunder Peaks, many books, many volumes, notes, journals, travelers that bring what they write down back to us for publication.
Okay, let's see, here's
And for you, Master Dwarf, anything you're looking for?
I am looking for information about a certain crystal my partner here has acquired. Because I myself am one about rocks. Would actually like to learn more about this particular rock.
Oh, does it have a name? What does it do?
It glows.
Well, we have a lot of books on glowing rocks. I think we're up to about 1,200 volumes.
All on the same rock?
Oh,
I'm not there.
That narrows it down to.
We're not there.
I know. Okay.
let me get it here.
Wait, sorry. What are you looking for? I probably have it right here.
what was the name of the rock again? I know
It doesn't have a name.
Didn't have a name.
Yeah, it,
Well, no,
it-
I did a history check on
yeah,
it.
you did a history check on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Primordial stone.
Primary stone.
Oh,
Yeah, I literally have it on the next page right here.
that's
On top.
it's some pretty advanced work. You must be a scholar of the elemental libraries. I don't believe we've ever had that request made in quite some time. We do have some historical volumes about primordial stones and their histories and their legacies. Maybe 2 or 3 books that might be worth value to you in your research or study.
If I could, I would like to acquire this, please.
Absolutely.
Never look at that.
It is a 5 gold piece entry fee, and then for each hour of research, 2 gold.
I don't think I brought any money.
Yeah, you don't get to keep the book.
Oh, okay. I don't think I brought any money with me though.
Well, you should have had your.
We didn't really talk about it.
How much money would she have started off with?
Oh, you would have had a couple hundred gold on you, for
Okay.
sure.
So,
Okay. So you pay, how many hours do you want to?
I want to say at least 2 hours.
Whatever.
So 9 gold, please.
So.
What's up?
Excuse me,
Nothing.
Williams. Could you please take her to the
You okay?
elements section,
Mhm.
please?
I have sucky notes. So. My notes below. Is it? They say.
Normally you have great notes.
Yeah, normally you have great notes.
I know. I'm just not. I haven't been with it lately.
No, I blame the baby because I think last game you were holding him for a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
me
So
too.
you wouldn't have been writing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this,
That's right.
this is what my handwriting was looking like while I was holding him.
Oh, gotcha. Where'd they say the dragon was up north and doing all
Hadric
that
region.
stuff? Huh?
The Hadric region, the
Right,
ancient
remember
white
that?
dragon.
That's
rim
what I
thing.
want to know about the Hadric region. What's going on, current events and things.
And you would also know Rimfang's ruins was one of the
Yeah.
known layers
Mhm.
of. We do possess many volumes on. Uh-oh.
He leaned down into the table. He's okay.
Oh man.
I think it's more. He's probably more
He's
tired.
tired.
Yeah.
He's tired. He's
Just woke up from a nap.
Did he?
his head control is minimal at this point.
So's mine.
Yeah, just like boom.
Either that or he's just.
Oh yeah, he's rubbing his face. Look.
He could also be his teeth because
Oh.
he's been doing more of the back gum
Oh.
chewing.
Got some teeth growing.
So okay, so that's what I want basically.
Yes, we have volumes on Rimfangs, we have volumes on the Thoraine Tundra, and we have volumes on Zenwick Mountains.
That sounds
worms.
great. Thank you.
Well, and the ice worms, correct? The ice worms, well, they are mostly known to reside up in the Thoraine Tundra, although my understanding is there was a particular individual that had spent some time up in the Hadric region, the border region between the Tundra regions and the Vetspa and the Vasselheim areas of control. I believe his name was Rasmussen was his name.
There was Answorth who was looking for the glands.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Could you by chance describe what this gentleman looked like?
Rasmussen?
Yes, please.
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I mean, he authored these books some 150 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Is that a key for anyone else?
I believe he was a member of an organization called the Golden Ravens Guild.
There's that name again.
Anyone else feel like they're back in class?
Not there, but did they say you said Aunt Ransworth, right? Ransworth?
Ramsmussen.
Ransworth? What's weird? My brain.
What about Answorth? Where did we get Answorth
I
from?
don't know.
Rasmussen?
Thank you for all the information.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm a librarian. It's my job.
150 years
Okay,
ago.
so are you getting the books or what?
How many books? Yeah, I can bring you. It's a 5-hour fee, and then it's it's a 5 gold fee for access, and then it's 2 gold per hour depending on how long you'd like to research.
Okay.
Williams here can take the both of you to your needed areas, and you can begin your research back there. Please, no food, no drink. Do not attempt to take any of the written materials from the place, or else you will be banned, fined, and possibly arrested as well.
No ripping books. Nope.
Well, if you had people taking books, there wouldn't be a library left.
That is a sound bit of advice we should give others. I agree with you.
You take all.
So eventually another individual comes out, leads the two of you back into the back portion of the library. Will, you and Jade are still wandering the streets of the Shadow Square.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
Well, I don't have money. I'm just looking for interesting people.
Give me perception as you look around.
I really should have invested in perception instead of insight.
Insights for more deeper conversations. That is true.
That's a 5 plus 3.
8.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd is a working class crowd. People either delivering goods to the variable shops, or people coming to shop for either equipment, supplies, or things that are needed to possibly head east towards the Devil's Grin, or possibly head up north. He does like that thing when he's like wants to take a break. Yeah. That face. So no one in particular really sticks out. This particular area that you're in just feels like a kind of typical working class area. But you do notice another drinking establishment here, but it's not an inn, it's just a tavern. And it's called the Odd Oak. And you can see people coming and going from there. But if you're looking for exciting people, this doesn't seem to be the spot.
I'm not really looking for anything. Just I'm trying to figure out how people work.
Now you can give me an insight check as you examine this crowd in more depth.
Okay.
Hey, Annie, can you chuck a marshmallow at me? See if I can catch it.
Oh, goody.
All right, so I have to.
You know what's crack? You know what's crack? Those marshmallows they make with the chocolate in the middle.
I know about that. Yeah, it's kind of a small window there with all the equipment.
I know.
It looks like you could easily throw it, but not really.
Yeah.
Oh, nailed it.
Hit the camera. 2 points.
Don't.
Don't try to kill me.
Open your mouth wider.
Don't mush my marsh.
How many did I drop?
Mouth. You had your mouth open. It's just like so
Yeah,
close.
Don't harsh
Yeah, I
the
got it.
marsh, man.
Don't harsh the marsh.
Um.
What'd you get for your insight?
18 plus 3, so 22.
Yeah. These are working class people. These are people, but it's a mix. It's interesting. You've become to understand locals versus regionals. There's a good solid amount of people that aren't from Othanzia here. You'd say half the crowd that you're kind of gawking at come from other places. Some are poorly dressed, so probably weren't very well prepared for the weather here. Some very exotic looking, like maybe they're from the Marquesia coast, or maybe they're from the Menagerie coast, or maybe some of the other many indigenous islands that litter the Lucidian Sea. Once again, just a very heavy accompaniment of unique individuals here for their own purposes. The occasional smattering of people from Vasselheim, you can tell by their rugged looks and the fact their attire is perfectly groomed for the environment that they're in. Big beards on most of the men with braided hair and wearing various degrees of local furs that could be harvested or purchased. The women dressed in very kind of Nordic style, wearing, the chemises and, the over, I forget what they call them, but what they wear over that. And just, no, they're not vests. They have a name and I can't think of it. It's the do you remember what they're called?
Bodice?
No, what Nordic, like what Viking women.
Aprons?
The aprons.
Yeah, but they're not
Viking
aprons,
aprons?
but they
Kirtles.
actually have a Nordic
Turtles?
name for it. So
I was gonna say it's like there's the turtle cuffs, and then there's the apron, and then there's the jewelry that goes over.
Right,
the cuffs. Yeah.
right, but they
Curdle?
thank you.
Kirtle.
They're all wearing their kind of kirtle attire, braided hair. It's a very eclectic group that you're seeing. Some appear to be tradespeople. Some appear to be just people in the business of trying to figure out what to do next, and they're just kind of casually walking around, examining the different wares and things that are available for purchase.
As I'm watching them, I would like to try and adjust the way I walk, the way I hold myself, my the way my appearance changes just slightly, to try and mimic people who are from the area, to
Okay.
blend in just a little bit more.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Give me a performance check. See how well you pull this off. And Jade, what are you doing? You're standing there watching. Will it be weird again?
Was she right outside?
Oh
the-
my god!
Are we still right outside the jewelers?
That's a natural 1 plus 0.
I'm gonna ask her, Willa, can you stay right here? I'll be right back.
I'm like,
Trying to do the.
She says yes and immediately wanders off.
No, I thought she was gonna stay and watch people.
yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. I keep an eye on her, but I'm gonna go back into the jeweler's
Okay.
store.
He's looking at it. He looks up and he goes, "Oh, it's you. your friend coming in as well?
No, I parked her outside.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pull out the circlet and say, "Do you identify things for people?
I do have someone on premises that can do that for you.
And what's the charge?"
50 gold.
Okay. And I pull out the 50 gold, and I'm gonna put the circlet up.
Okay. Give me one moment. He takes a look at it and goes, "Oh." Shakes his head and looks up on the up on the loft. Penny, can you come down here for a moment? He watches a very extremely painfully young woman comes down the stairs. Playtime.
We have Vecna's jewelry.
Yes, we have Vecna's jewelry. All right.
Redheaded, very like teenage in age, comes racing down. Comes over. Yes, Uncle Philip. You got something for me to practice? I do, child. This one looks particularly challenging. Are you up for it? Yes, I can do this. I've been studying all week. I can do this.
Breaks it.
I don't think identify breaks.
No, that's the funny part.
Kind of like looks at you for a moment and goes, bad. And you watch as Penny takes it. She holds it in her hand. She reaches into her pocket and she crushes something in her hand and waves
poor
over
girl.
it. Oh, Uncle, this, well, this garners protection, Uncle. It makes you more defensible. It is a circlet of protection +2.
Ooh.
As required attunement.
I have a question. Just the fact that she was watching people and she rolled a 1, does it mean she watches the wrong people?
I would say you're doing such a poor job of your performance. People are now staring at you as if
Like
something's
my-
wrong
like-
with you.
my fingers are
Like maybe you're
changing.
ill. At some point, a little old lady walks up to you. My dear, are you okay? There's something wrong with your skin.
I'm trying to be more normal. Is it not working?
Well, based on saying a statement like that, I'm going to continue on my walk. And she just kind of walks away from you.
Do you need any help with anything? I can help you cross the
Oh, no, dear. I'm perfectly fine. And people are just like staring at you at this point.
Okay.
The delighted child hands it back to her uncle. Good job, Penny. Well done. Sets it on the counter in front of you. You wouldn't be happened to be interested in selling this, would you?
Nope.
Good find. I recognize its make.
Yeah. Cool.
After that, I can already hear Willow like 1,000 questions in her head.
Willow wouldn't care. I care. I want to know.
So what can you tell me about its make?
Oh, I believe this is crafted by his name is Quill Robinson. He operates out of Vasselheim. He is a member of the Azure Hammer Guild. He does some of their more finer jewelry for them out of stones that they harvest. I believe he works directly for the council.
Robinson.
What?
Quill.
Robinson. Quill
Oh,
Robinson.
Quill Robinson. Quill Robinson.
Yes.
Danger, danger.
Danger, danger.
Danger, Quill Robinson,
Robinson,
danger.
Terrible.
Hey, you try coming up with 1,200 unique names.
All right. So, thank you.
Yes, of course. It's a
Ixel
good
shit
piece. Little piece of advice.
Mhm.
I would appraise this at around 1,000 platinum.
Okay.
Just in case you find yourself haggling with others.
Good on him. Does he look like he's telling the truth? I'm not there.
Yeah, you're out being a mime.
I'm gonna look out the
mutated
windows and make sure
mind.
she's
I
still
have
out
reached
there.
my final
She
form.
has attracted a small crowd of children that are convinced that a local insane person has gotten out of the hospital of one of the nearby temples,
Mhm.
and you actually collect 22 copper pieces that they kind of throw at your feet.
I'm gonna use this to gamble with.
Yes, folks, we do panhandling.
I'm gonna look out the window and I'm just gonna shake my head and sigh
Oh,
at
God.
her, like a very audible sigh.
Look,
And
look, Jade,
I'm
I
not
was
out
doing
there yet.
such a good job.
I'm not out there
They
yet,
gave
so
me
I'm
money.
still-
Yes, we call those pity coppas.
Just seeing that.
Oh, by the way, have you been watching Westworld?
No.
The new season?
No.
I didn't know they had more coming out.
Is it?
Like I
what
saw the first bit.
is it the medieval section? No.
It's good. I mean, they've had 3 seasons.
Yeah.
You've got to. It's good. I was surprised.
Is Yul Brenner in it?
No, but a guy who reminds me of him is in it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and
That's
he
pretty
does
good.
play a very nefarious character.
I stopped subscribing to HBO, so I'm gonna have to resubscribe to watch it.
All right, Jade. So what are you doing?
I'm going to thank him very much and collect my circlet. I
Okay.
gave him the 50 gold already.
Yep.
So collect my circlet.
Yes, please feel free to come back. Just you.
Yeah.
And as you come out the shop, there's just Willa collecting copper as kids go giggling and running off.
Well, I don't think I want to know. Okay. You ready to continue on, Willa?
Look, I have coppers, and I didn't do anything, but I must have done a good job.
Well, sweetie, can you put yourself back to the way you were?
They're highlighters.
Oh, they're highlighters. You're like, that's weird gum.
What are they? I mean,
They were like $1.50 at the back to school stuff, and I thought they were cute.
Chuckles, man. Baby Chuckles will get you every time. Although I think I see chocolate-covered chocolate Oreos over there.
Are those
Dark
chocolate covered Oreos?
No, dark chocolate Oreos.
oh, with a marshmallow. Yeah.
Oh,
Obviously.
You want to put a dark chocolate Oreo and open it up and shove a marshmallow
Yeah,
inside
and
of
then
it?
squeeze it and then
And
eat it.
Like a
Squeeze it.
s'more.
it is a s'more.
An Oreo schmore. It's a schmoreo.
I need an adult. I need an adult.
Hand him marshmallow.
Don't worry,
and take
Ben.
an
I'll
Oreo.
get you diabetes quick.
I know, right?
Up to like.
But this is really the only
Oh,
time
no.
I ever.
I want to try that.
This is the only time I ever eat junk food is on Monday. It really is. So it doesn't bother me too much.
You want to try it?
No.
Especially after eating a bowl of raw vegetables.
I only give people the idea.
No.
Which is really good. You
I'm
finished
Dr.
that? You
Feelgood.
actually
I just
finished that?
tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You must have really enjoyed that.
Worse is the Oreos are cold right now. This is what the children are having
That's
fun
right.
with.
Right.
That's right.
See, like I did it that way.
That looks fun.
See?
There you go.
But hers looks like more fun.
So do her teeth.
You say that, but yours are going to end up being the same way.
Can you imagine, like, doing those over a fire?
Oh yeah, yeah. Totally.
What you do is
So you put the Oreo. Wait, take one side of the Oreo off, and you put 3 or 4 Oreos, whatever will fit, on top of a cinnamon graham cracker. Then put the chocolate bar on
Disadvantage
top.
all night.
Oh my
Then
god.
put the chocolate
I
on
made,
top. And then put chocolate marshmallows on top, and then put another piece on it.
I
Then-
made cinnamon toast crunch muffin, like cupcakes this weekend.
Oh my god.
They
For a
were
birthday party.
so flippin' good. Cinnamon toast crunch cupcakes and cinnamon toast crunch icing.
Did you use like cinnamon toast crunch? And like whip them up into
It
the
was
blender?
it was in the
Yeah.
cake mix section. They had cinnamon toast cake mix,
Wow.
and I love cinnamon toast crunch. So, you know, I don't eat it really because it's just pure sugar,
Hey,
cereal.
don't
But
make fun of it. You love it. You know it.
oh my god, I love it. I love drinking
you.
the milk after.
Really
It's
good.
just
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
I eat
Yeah. So I made the
one
cupcakes with it.
Have you
So
made
the
a
two
shake
of
with
you
it?
are in front of the shop.
And I have asked her to put herself back,
I did.
and she has put herself back. And now we're going to continue on, and I am going to really figure out which one of us is going to be better with this circlet of protection. But
You don't have to tell anybody.
So we're gonna continue on
Should I
putting
hand you my
the
call?
circlet of let me see. Let's see what it says. Should I share?
This launch is not actually all-knowing. We cannot guarantee accurate predictions of the future side effects of frequent use include nausea, blast, bones, vapor, skin, academic expulsion, loss, brain cell nourishment, dance, and ravenous
Same
sleep,
thing.
That's the
Same
side
with
effects of the. That's the side
psychic
effects of the circlet.
Psychic damage. Oh my god, that was
Is
like
that an option for it to do that?
Yeah.
Definitely a possibility. Might be the only option.
That sounded like the
So
side
should I
effects.
tell
Save
people
for
definitely a
psychic
possibility,
damage.
but not necessarily the
Your
only option.
The last one
pretty
sounded like the side effects of the circlet.
It basically is that.
Yeah, that
it's
did
the
kind of
side
sound like
effect.
the side effects of the circlet.
So that's what happens when you start using her. There's side effects.
Brain damage was one of them.
So the two of you
Drain
are
damage.
the two of you are led into like kind of like a central study chamber. You are pointed to different areas to pull your books from. So the two of you give me investigations as you go to look at your sections that you want to try to see if you can find what you're looking for.
Ooh. Natural 20. And so that for 23.
23. You find a book called The Regional Understanding of the Rimfang.
Okay.
It seems to be mostly about the ancient white dragon that's believed to exist in that area and is believed to possibly be dead, although no one knows for sure.
Okay.
You also find a book on ice worms of the north, and then you also find a book about the history of the Hadric region and its journey.
The two. I'm gonna take the top. Yeah.
Why is that not there? Oh, there it is. Because I
Okay.
clicked on it. And it's authored by the architect who built Fort Hadric.
Okay.
So
I
you
will
find
read
those
them.
3 books.
22 on
Take them over the table and start working on those.
Yeah.
22 on investigation.
You find 2 books. One is on the history of the primordial Earth Titan and its role in Vecna's ascension. You also find
What stone is
another
Vecna?
book about the primordial
It's not
stones.
artifact, no. History.
I'm sad my circlet of protection is still less than that ring.
Blind
History,
invisibility. that's
history of the
right,
primordial
I know.
stone of the Earth Giant.
Well, it ring lets you fly and
my
be
God.
invisible.
That ring, it's got to be a piece of Jerry. It goes
And
invisible.
then the other book
and makes you fly.
is about primordial stones.
It was infused by alien technology.
Let's steal it.
Right.
It's made out of their leftover spacecraft.
I think
So-
this book possibly explain white glows.
Hey, I'm sure everybody's had a really retarded moment where they've ran into a tree at one point or another. I would be that tree that just popped out of nowhere.
You've had people pee on you, so it makes sense.
You
So-
smell like stale urine.
No, she had a bath. She had a bath. It rained.
Oh, okay.
I guess she showered.
So both of you give me investigation checks as you begin to read your books.
I would have loved that instead. But
Oh, that sucks. 12.
It's better than nothing.
I saw.
What I got.
Better than mine. Do you want to know what my failed roll was?
What?
I rolled a 1.
Yeah,
Well, then I say it and roll a 7.
I have a 0 in charisma, so performance is not my thing.
No.
16?
You have a 0 for you. I have a
0
10.
bonus.
So you start looking through the primordial stone book first. It seems to be a collection of diagrams and geological studies of what's believed to be 4 unique sets of stones. One is an earth stone, one's a water stone, a fire, and an air stone. And they seem to be these stones that were fashioned by, it's believed that they were fashioned by the gods to create primordial titans.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And the last bit of diagram that you come across talks about the primary stone, which is said to be able to combine all 4 of the primordial stones and actually either draw in an equal amount of primordial elementals or possibly be used to bring primordials into existence.
Just gonna call this one the Big Bad.
For you, Jerry, you consume the book about the ice worms first.
All right.
Most of it is almost reads like a textbook for the most part. But I'll say this much. After reading the diagrams, the understanding of their biology, their anatomy, and some pretty excellent drawings in there that kind of give you some variations of different concepts of ice worms. They're regional species. Most of the studies have them never in the highland wastes. Normally, they're very much up in the north. It's
Okay.
believed that they could be hypersensitive to weather conditions, as well as they are notoriously vulnerable to psychic and fire conditions as well.
Okay.
Something about them having very small brain stems in the back of those large bodies. But so far, your readings tells you that the one that you guys dealt with at the waypoint was abnormally large. They're not supposed to get that big. I mean, the biggest one they've measured to date, according to that book, the book's maybe 2-3 years old. The biggest one in recorded from that book's perspective is maybe 50 feet long.
And the one we saw was half of it was like 50 feet long, right?
The one you saw, only about 100 feet of it was above the ground.
If they're normally only 50 feet long and 100,
And you couldn't even see the rest of it.
it was at least 4 times that size. Because in order to keep yourself that up, it would have to be at least twice that length.
It's possible. So if you want to continue reading your other books,
Yeah.
okay, give me another investigation roll as you do.
18.
21?
21. And your other book was about the stones themselves, or no, primordial titans.
Primordial
Yeah,
Titans.
about primordial titans. During your second hour of study, you focus in on the primordial titans. They are a pre-calamity legend. The last time one of these pre-calamity legends was seen was when a primordial earth titan had carried a very evil city across Exandria in the direction of Vasselheim, and Vecna had attempted to ascend. With his defeat, the Titan could no longer be contained or controlled, and it collapsed on the outskirts of Vasselheim, and is now known as the location is now known as the Heaven Stair. And it's actually also known as the location where the Azure Hammer Guild exists. And they are currently the #1 guild that harvests a lot of the precious metals and stones out of the remains of what's believed to be the only primordial titan ever seen on Exandria, post calamity.
That makes sense, because if I was hired by them to collect stones and stuff, maybe that's what I was collecting from. Great.
So that pretty much solidifies your understanding of primordial titans, and because they're a pre-calamity legend, it's said that the gods had used them for their own purposes, as well as they were creatures that laid huge amount of catastrophe across the face of Exandria, and is said to have created a lot of the geological and geographic displacement of the land across Exandria as well. The Rimfang, the Hadric Fort, and the Rain Tundra all come together for you, Jer.
Mm,
They're all connected. The Hadric Fort system was established as a way to control the vast amounts of indigenous northerners that exist in that region who are exceptionally difficult to deal with. They raided often into the Zenwick and the border areas of the Vasselheim. They seem to treat Rimfang as almost a sense of idolatry, pantheon-like. And it's said that many of the tribes that exist in the Thoraine tundra to this day still go up to Rimfang's lair and leave offerings in hopes that Rimfang would return. General Hadrick came up with an idea after Vecna's incursion or attempt to ascend, and had decided to establish a fort system as well as a walled barrier between the Thoraine tundra, and it's anchored at the Zenwick, runs all the way to the northern Sundrick Peak region, and now protects all of Vasselheim, the Vesper Timberland, and most of northern Othanzia from incursions from the Thoraine north.
Yeah, so it's like Hadrian's Wall, basically. Kind of.
Sort of, yeah.
Getting some serious Game of
Did
Thrones
you ever
vibes.
test out what would
Two of you wandering the
Yes, about with your
streets.
stone.
Where are you
Your
going?
stone.
I want to go to a general store. Which general store? I want to go to not the one that looks like the
No,
Tinker's
I'm handing
one.
you the store.
Bronze
Go to
Star?
the Bronze Star. Yeah.
There's also the
Oh,
kiosk.
Oh, you don't want to go to
What's
Manga's, you want to go to the
Do you
Bronze
tell me what you
Star?
found out about it?
Yeah,
They're trying to
'cause-
get rid of
Oh,
it.
yeah, I want to tell you
I
what
don't-
about because the
don't-
fact that you're
Well,
so curious
we can
about
look
it, I
at
want you to
kiosks
know
on the
about it.
way, but we can look at
You
kiosks
could always
along the way.
exchange
But
notes, 'cause
I
it's like, I'm
think
kind of curious about the worms.
I don't think we
Right.
really want
Toes,
tea.
toes for your travels, toes for your travels.
I'm so
Don't leave
glad
without
you-
clothes. Don't leave without clothes.
200
Everybody's just
gold for a shovel.
hawking
You said toes.
tools.
I know, but it sounded like toes, and I'm like
That's
toes
because you can't
for
hear
our
very
travel.
well.
Toes for our travel.
It's because you're
What
mostly
kind of
deaf.
tools do they have?
And I did manage
Picks,
to-
axes, shovels, hammers.
I think I have those things
Um,
in my caravan.
I mean,
Whole
everything
list
that
of
people
stuff.
would need for traveling to maintaining their wagons, possibly building temporary housing based on when they get there. They sell canvas tents of all kinds, bedrolls, outdoor gear as well.
I have a lot of weird stuff on my equipment list that's
Do we want a
probably
canvas
mostly in
tent?
the
No, we're hopefully
caravan.
going to be getting our
Oh yeah, I mean most of what you guys
Bardo soon.
have is
so,
with your Vardos with
yeah.
the Orcs caravan.
Yeah,
So
it's like I got a magnifying glass, a spyglass, a
Yeah, but
mirror,
that's a lot of that's
an axe, a shovel, a perfume
Probably-
vial.
probably in the Bardo.
It's like I have a lot of random stuff on here.
That's probably all in the Bardo.
A net. Why do I have a net? Because I wanted it.
of course you did.
You know, wear like a hairnet.
What are we streaming on?
Hmm?
What are we streaming on right now?
Twitch?
Twitch.
Oh, it is Twitch.
I assume.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what they say about assumptions.
Mercs and
Chef Ivar, primordial stove.
Alright. Twitch, it's...
The two of you give me perception as you're walking amongst the kiosks, making taking a path over to
14.
because you guys are heading over to the Bronze Star Goods, but you have to travel through a lot of little ad hoc tables and people kind of selling their wares. What'd you get?
2 plus 5. 3 for 5.
Yeah,
14.
for 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 on each hand, so I'm,
Passing in between all these kiosks, there's one particular gnome that seems to be selling like it's so unique that it's kind of out of place. It's coiled like wire and gears and small metal boxes and specialized equipment, and there's a couple barrels filled with like powders. He's also got a large rack of hanging not that kind of rack. Of course,
There's a
he's gonna
large
say that.
rack.
There's a large
Um,
rack of
There's
melons.
there's four rifles leaning in the rack, and then there's maybe 2 brace of pistols hanging from one of the pegs on the weapons rack. You can see shot and powder at the base of it. and a lot of just like a lot of unique looking supplies.
Wouldn't it be super cool if I could just become an exploding tree?
Big for itself. Cover.
Yeah, it's just like I absorb the gunpowder and it's
All right. Well,
Finger shooter.
we're gonna go. Hey, let's look at that. Let's look at that kiosk over there.
okay.
I'm going to approach.
Oh, hello. Oh, my son I didn't think it was real.
Mm,
My son told me that he saw someone like you doing. Is she safe?
yeah, she's safe. Just, yeah. So what do you have here?
Oh, I sell equipment and tools for building and constructing guns, of course.
Oh.
As well as I sell powders and shots if you've already acquired your pistols and your rifles.
I don't have a gun.
Never
What's a
hurt to put
gun?
one at your waist.
What's a gun?
That's what's behind me, dear.
It looks like a
They go
staff.
bang and shoot a projectile.
A very weird shaped staff.
Well, they kind of work like this, dear. And he picks
Can we-
one up off the table,
Trash.
points it in the air.
Oh, it's a loud
Mm.
noisemaker.
No, you normally can point them at people and defend yourself. Shoots a little metal ball out of it at your target.
I make a smirk, but that's what these are for.
Sure, but you have to get very close and personal. This allows you to do it at great ranges.
And then I make an arrow, but that's what this is for.
Anyways, can I talk to someone normal now, please?
Yeah. It's okay, Willie. Just go look at that display over there.
But we're talking to this. Oh, all right. I go. Could
No, it's the same booth.
Oh, I go wander off.
I watch her wander, and I'm asking him,
But like,
how much are the guns?
Oh, well, the hand pistols go for 10 platinum, and the rifles go for 15 platinum.
All right.
Yes,
I'm gonna see if
stuff in it, right?
one of my party members wants it. We might be back.
Oh, very well. I'll be here for the next few days at the very least.
All right.
Okay.
And then we continue to the
Can
jungle.
or hire it
Okay.
something.
Arrive at the Bronze Star. Heading inside, it's pretty much exactly. Not only is the whole front of the store piled high with gear, the inside of the store is the same way. Anything you can imagine, from just kind of like common like gear, is here. From
Alright.
bedrolls to tents, to rope, to chain, to well-preserved rations, magical components for the basic user of magic, and writing implements, and everything you can imagine. It's just piled in just like various spots. An older man behind the desk. Yes, can I help the two of you?
Do you
Yeah.
have a pointless spur that goes like this?
We
Not as pointless as
we
this
need more-
conversation. No,
rations. We need rations.
I have plenty of those.
Yeah.
How many do you require?
Like,
Four of us?
Or something did a bird.
Out of character. How much longer till?
It's like
Most
those
likely.
little just things you
How
set
much
on your
longer till
desk and they
Vasselheim?
just perpetually machine
Um,
things.
I mean, you're looking at least a day or two to catch up to the caravan, as best as you can tell.
Mhm.
Your Vardos are full of supplies.
Mhm.
So from Winchleach all the way up to Vasselheim, once you make it through the Velspar Timberlands,
Mhm.
another week and a half. Assuming that the weather holds and nothing untoward happens.
And missing cold
So we
doesn't take
need-
us to the Underdark.
We need rations for 4 people for 2 days, and then rations for.
I don't need food.
You don't need food.
Mm-mm.
Okay, for 3 people. And ivory. For
Oh yes, your cat.
Yeah.
Very nice.
uh
A sale.
no,
Shame.
you're not there.
Copper fees. Matter of fact, we'll give it to you.
She's gonna eat.
Come by
Jerry.
and collect it.
She's gonna eat Jerry.
Talk to Jerry.
You wake up missing a toe, Jerry.
What toes
Yep.
are left?
I go like this.
So
One comes out.
I have a perpetual
I go-
source of food for.
You grow a toe.
Yeah.
You could feed the cat.
So Jerry's new name is Groatoa.
Grow a toe.
Yeah.
Can't tell the difference between your toe face or your poop face. They look the
Yeah.
same.
Same. Basically. if I'm missing a toe and taking a dump, I grow a toe. I'm taking a
So shall we say 2 weeks rations for you and your friends,
Mhm.
and a week's rations for your pet. I'll call it to 8 gold.
There's a pile of rotted meat.
How am I on my
One second.
calligraphy supplies?
I do have those if you require them.
I know
I
I've
have
had
paper, I have inks, I have quills, I have
some.
I even have these new amazing pens, these fountain pens that were sent over from the Morrow Valley, new manufacture. No, you dip them in the well and you pull up on the plunger and it fills with ink and allows you to write for extended periods of time.
Well, could you make one of your fingers do that?
I could
Can
actually
I make my one? Can I try and make it? See if I can.
no.
No, we have to buy the ink first, honey.
I could sell you a calligraphy kit if you'd like.
I think I had one, or I should have had one anyways. If I was doing map making,
Why are you looking at mine?
I was asking you as a DM if I
Oh.
was running low on supplies.
I mean, if it's in your list, you have it. I mean, if not, you can buy it.
Okay. I don't have it on my list, even
Okay,
though I was
let's
supposed
get
to
her
be
a
able to
thing.
do
How
it.
much is this calligraphy?
5 gold.
5 gold. I'm just gonna take it out.
That includes 50 sheets of paper and all the ink and at least 2 fountain pens that you would need to practice the art.
Cool. And then, is there anything else out of character? Looking around, is there anything else that it?
Give me a
we-
perception check if you take a glance at the busy
I
store.
got the paper. I got the pens. And how much ink was it?
2 inkwells.
I got a 10.
I mean,
Shh.
it's definitely a clutter's paradise. I mean, but neatly organized.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing really substantial sticks out.
Okay. Anybody else want marshmallows?
That just long, thin piece of tree comes out and plucks.
Okay. So we're gonna. Yeah. Guys, is there anything else that we needed at the general store?
I want a little figurine that looks like an elephant.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, there's 2 or 3
Actually,
shelves
there was
full of
anything you needed.
tchotchkes, and
I
can't
just
do
want
that
random
character.
stuff.
Why not?
yeah,
Right
I mean,
there.
there's plenty of it lying around.
Is there actually a little bird
Yeah.
that does the thing?
Because was there
She's
anything
trying
else
to
you
cheat.
needed?
That you don't see.
I'm not cheating.
Okay.
Was there anything
I
else
think
you
you need to take
needed?
away her pet. She's trying to cheat.
Was there anything else you needed?
Out of character. She's trying to ask me.
Was there anything else you needed?
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's not. It costs you a pet. Sorry.
It does not cost me a
Your
pet.
pet disappears. No.
Was there anything else you needed?
No, I'm fine.
I can't send you. What else do you need, Jerry?
Oh yeah, I have it.
I'm reading. Be quiet.
I need a T-shirt that says "Best Summer Ever."
Yeah. I need a T-shirt. I need a T-shirt that says "Winch Leech." I heart Winch Leech. I heart.
I heart Witch Leech.
Small.
Okay.
Halfling size.
And so, you didn't need anything? All right, we're good.
Little elephant and figurine. I don't know why I need it.
That'll be 8 silver, please.
I have copper.
like a silver.
Ooh. It's 10.
Okay,
It's a
wait.
ratio of 10, 10, 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him 10 coppers. Wait, no, it's 10.
That'd be a silver.
That'd be 1 silver.
It's like,
All right,
is this
you
what
have.
you wanted?
It's fine. You said 8 silver.
8 silver, please.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Wait, I'll give you 8 silver.
Just hold the random little elephant over.
94.
So we were wondering, would it be okay if I actually use this as his crystal? Because I could put fairy lights in
Sure.
it, and it could change.
Yeah, I'm down.
What about sound effects?
I could probably figure it out.
Needs to sound
Makes
like
the
a
TARDIS
Does it
sound.
sound like an earthquake?
Makes the
whirlpool,
TARDIS sound.
maybe. Oh, I have a TARDIS we could use.
What can you TARDIS?
It's in the front.
Does it make the TARDIS sound?
It'd be about.
I have a little one like this that a friend gave me. who
Can
makes the
it,
sound.
does it make the sound of screaming innocents being killed by a primordial titan?
I have a Bluetooth. I have the TARDIS Bluetooth one, and every time you turn it on, it makes a.
Yeah.
I have the the Star Wars cube down there when you get at Disney.
That's cool.
The Star Wars cube.
Oh yeah, I have
No.
the Sith one too.
Yeah. Oh, of course you have the Sith one.
Yeah, I have Sith. I have both.
Because you also pray to the conch.
Yeah, I know. That's well.
All
that's-
hail the
so
holy
we were-
conch.
Oh, hail the holy conch.
I told him about the information about
Okay.
the perimeter.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
during your guys' research, you're right next to each other, anyways, at the same table, and you're able to share each other's findings if you choose to.
Shh, you're in the library.
That's what I have. I'm
Oh,
only
they
gonna have
got-
that one.
That sound every time you hold the crystal.
Yep.
Yeah. I put it down. I want to make my own Titan. Okay. Now I'm gonna look at this.
Because you said that the primordial stone, gods used it as
Would you say the crystal
kind of
weapon
basically
was-
to cause chaos amongst the world.
To a certain degree. They used the stones, or the stones were the remains related to primordial titans, but most of the readings is based on conjecture and supposition of religious writings and historical writings.
What happens if you have two things in the room that are connected to things that just like, because he handed me the stone, he was willing to hand me the stone, and now I'm just like, what happens if I pull the string?
Well, I mean, as far as you're concerned, the conch is real.
Mm-hmm.
As far as you're concerned.
First.
Yes, speak to Vecna.
Holy.
He'll tell you what to do with the stone.
The Vecna conch.
Should I just keep the stone? No.
Oh no,
She won't even ask the question. She's
Vecna,
afraid of the
right now,
answer.
Vecna's like this. Dear diary, I
Dear
found
diary.
I found 3 fools and a pet to do my bidding.
The other one I can't quite make out. He seems to be a halfling with a hairless body, but there's something strange about his brain.
Twink.
I should
halfling.
pick it apart and look at it later.
That's right.
You could say it might be Abby normal.
Yes, yes, young Frankenstein. Might be abnormal. The movie reference is absurd.
Not to say that wisdom would come in handy for this, but if I had some pretty good wisdom, I would get through this pretty quickly in the books, right?
I would say so far it would take the both of you your 2 hours to acquire. Because remember, you're also copying down the information. So you're reading, taking notes, copying things as well. And I would say you guys do a good enough job that as long as you have your notes available to you when you do
Okay.
other research related to these topics, you'll have
Okay.
advantage on your rolls.
Okay.
Because I'm kind of curious if there's any
Double
other
advantage.
said people in the library now. Anyone that looks suspicious.
Give me a perception check as you look around the research chamber that
I
you're in.
mean, to you, everyone might look suspicious.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Do we have any new followers?
Hmm?
Do we have any new followers? New followers?
Any followers?
New followers?
On Twitch?
No.
I think we're up to
I
like
was about to
almost
say, it's like people are
510.
worshiping us. Oh wow, we're already famous. Wow, that's great.
I think we're at like 510.
There's a perception.
You gotta
right?
follow us.
Well, my buddy was gonna follow us right now.
I
That's-
did
Come to
okay.
follow us.
I did have a bunch of children around.
Drew,
They
you
are
on?
my
You did it?
followers.
Say, I will follow
23.
him.
Are you watching?
While you and Jerry are exchanging notes, you kind of look around. Everybody here feels academic. But there's one table that catches your eye.
Uh-oh.
Mostly because of the number of books on the tables. This person spent probably a good deal of wealth to be here all day. In fact, they look like they intend to be here all day. An elderly looking individual. He's kind of leaned over. He's got his hat on the table. He's got writing implementations out. He's wearing kind of like a blue and yellow robe over kind of like a sequenced tunic underneath.
Sequined?
Yeah, like it's maybe like it's reflecting something in it that gives it like
Like scale
strange
mail.
kind
A
of
shimmer.
yeah, like gives it like
Elven
a
mail?
shimmer. And he's got a very long beard that's neatly braided, and it's got some jewelry in his beard.
Is it Gandalf?
His hair is pulled
Dumbledore?
back in like a man bun style, but then kind of coiled with like a metal pin sticking out.
Hellboy?
He's kind of got
We're so bad. We used to like describing. We're just. Like,
I can't even hear it because I'm not paying attention to it. It's,
Needs to go.
We're so terrible. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure.
he looks like a monk,
Oh.
but there's a strange kind of I don't know. There's
Air
you get
around
a
it.
you just get a weird vibe. Like none of the tables around him are occupied. You know what I mean?
But
Like
you're not supposed
people.
to really see him. You're just
No, the people just don't want to be near him.
He's wigging
Oh, did
people
we
out.
find our next party member?
Welcome to.
I'm gonna go over and say hi.
He's gonna love
Oh
that.
no.
Okay. As you watch
Are you gonna
Jerry
probe him?
walk over to that table.
I want to look at. First of all, I want to look
At the
at
books?
what kind of books he's looking at.
Okay.
Constitution?
But with your height, I would say,
Above you. He's got the higher ground.
well,
The
with
table
your
has the
height,
higher
you
ground.
are like walking casually in his direction.
Tiny is Jerry.
He's 3 feet tall.
All of his books are about the anatomy of strange species.
No.
Vivisection, dissection, studying of strange creatures that are unexplainable.
Does
And
he
you get
look
a
like
chill.
wizard?
Oh,
You get a
no.
vibe chill
Okay.
looking at his books. And there's 3 dozen of them.
Oh my gosh. It's another
And then
Jerry.
there's at least 3 books about the anatomy of changelings.
Okay.
Is he looking for
I-
Jerry?
I turn invisible.
He farts
There's a
and he's
strange
invisible.
pain in your mind as you try to do that. You watch as something flares up in the ceiling of the chamber,
No, Jerry.
as there's an anti-magic field in here to prevent that from happening.
Wait, I'm not magic though. It's not magic.
No.
Yeah.
Class teacher?
Yeah, that's true. It's a psychic ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You kind of like as you're writing, you look up and there's Jerry stopped. Well, like he stopped and he's like looking at the books this person's writing, and then suddenly Jerry just goes invisible. And just as he goes invisible, the old man at the table kind of looks up and around, and
I
then
just
you could
learned something
see
new
from
about
chin down to neck, he's got rune kind of tattoos.
Are they like
No, but they just, the tattoos kind of trace up behind his ears. And because he looks up, you notice that there's a bit of hint of elven features to him as well. And then he just kind of looks around and then puts his head back down and goes back to writing, he's swapping out books. And
Creepy
Is it
dude.
a possible nether dwelf?
Oh no, that's probably Vecna.
No, it's the
I
reverse.
go up behind.
He's
I
an
go
elf
up to
dwarf
her,
and a dwarf elf.
behind her and go. Let's get out of
I'm just all like, I just learned something new about you today. Now we're definitely not sleeping in the same room.
Belladonna clutches up her butts and she gets up.
here. Your anti-probe techniques will not stop it. No, okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go out.
Okay.
As soon as I'm out of that room, I'm gonna go not invisible.
Yeah,
but
so
where
you
he
step
can't
out
see
of the
me.
yeah. As soon as you two step out of the research chamber and into the hallway that'll lead to where the librarians are,
Right.
you come back into
Right.
existence.
And then we'll go up
Into
and like pay her however much we need to pay.
Okay. But you prepaid to go in.
And then jet.
Okay.
I'm like this. I'm running. I'm running like this. Like that. I'm looking around.
What's your passive perception?
Oh my pat.
I was gonna say until he kind of went
And
off
it's your
without me.
wisdom.
I'm here like with my
Your
books
wisdom
and I'm
bonus?
like,
It's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
wisdom bonus.
10 plus my
10 plus your wisdom bonus.
is 14.
14.
remember about the photos.
There are
But they're there.
I know. Just like
there are 2 wagons parked out front.
Mm-hmm.
One looks familiar to you.
Okay.
One you think you remember seeing further east in, I can't remember which town you were in when you got jumped.
Oh, I know that. It was Shehi.
Shehi.
Mhm.
Back in Shehi, you recognize the wagon and the guild emblem on it.
Which guild was that again?
You can see 3 or 4 kind of shady looking individuals milling around the wagons. They're wearing those guild colors that you're familiar with.
What was the guild that jumped him again? I forget.
The Guild of I Hate Jerry.
I don't think he ever told you.
He didn't.
That goes way back.
I feel like
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have actually shared
He has not.
that information.
I just want to write it down, and like I'm starting to make a list of all the groups we've come across, even the most minor ones, just in case
Just
it rings a bell.
put wizard I8.
I know, right?
Say I have something because it's like I know Jared kind of bolted, and I'd be like, Jerry, wait, gotta put the books back first.
No, you don't.
No, you just leave them on the
I
table.
left them
That's
on
what
the
they get paid
table.
for.
Yeah, you just paid for the research time. You leave them on the table.
It's so rude though.
Yeah,
Because I'm
Gander
kind
tried
of
to
curious
kill me.
about the gentleman because you said he looked 12ish, and it's like I'm wondering if I could.
No,
he looked
elvish.
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 Yeah,
He
he
looked
looked elvish.
12ish. I thought you
Like
said-
maybe, and his elf features were so subtle, he was probably half elf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do speak Elvish. That's why I was kind of. I was like, I wanted to. I got a little curious about him, and it's like now I kind of was.
You can
wanted
go
to-
back in and talk to him if you want.
You know, he already bolted without me.
So-
I'm just like.
I mean, he led you out of the research area, and then he decided just to keep going. You're in the hallway. You haven't actually left the building yet. Jerry's left fast enough that he's kind of realizing that a particular guild that's been hunting him for a while is here and nearby. And that's probably why. And you remember this, well, you weren't there for it, but if any of the others were here, they would have remembered his behavior from Shehi.
Yep. But
Yeah, I don't have it written down anywhere. I suck.
the group that's hunting you? You don't have a group that's
You know I'm playing with you, kid. You're throwing me game
Oh.
big time.
Oh, look, April 18th. That was the day after. That's where I was.
Oh.
So it might be the one before that, because I'm reading here. It's like the situation at the time is we killed a mage and 2 Goliaths, and I ate the mage.
I got
The group
here I
Dorsey?
tested your-
Yes.
No, that's Captain.
Captain Dorsey. Yeah.
Yeah, Captain of the Guard. All right, whatever. I know they're after me.
What's the emblem look like? Maybe I can draw it just for future reference, so I would recognize it even if I don't know what it is.
I'm sucking so bad at
Man,
me.
this is so long ago. Like I'm
I
actually
know.
having to go far.
It's like the 7th. It's like the
April
one before the
11th.
18th, like April 11th.
April 11th.
Yeah, I don't go by dates, so I just go
Oh.
by session number.
That would be.
I didn't put anything. He didn't tell us. It says we engage the mage and 2 Goliaths who are after Jerry. We take the mage's body, search him, and Willa absorbs his body and gets his last memories. And then we have his spell book.
That would be the
Yeah.
fourth.
Is
that'd
it
be the
written
fourth
on his
session,
spell book?
not including the pre.
You're like,
sessions.
if lost, please return to this play.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the fourth actual session,
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, you guys didn't interrogate or learn anything about the guild he was from.
but you could. Did we see the symbols?
Not that you can remember. I would say Jerry's noticing the wagons because he remembers seeing at least one of those wagons before. Actually, Jerry, with that perception check, you would notice this because it's on your mind. Yeah, the familiar reference is on these as well. The ravens.
That's right.
Well, you said that too. You said that there was the Golden Raven
The
class.
golden raven, yes.
Do I have that written down?
I have
I
that
do.
written
I do
down.
have a golden.
And that
Raven.
is also
That's a-
that is the guild that Trendo von Krieg, the leader of the Golden Raven,
Oh,
and
really?
the wizard that you dealt with was Breck von Zadash.
So it was,
Was the one that went on his own way. He was part of the guild Golden Ravens as well.
Wait.
Is that the one we rescued?
Yes.
No. I have a different.
We
name for it. It was
rescued someone
Trendo.
from.
No, I'm sorry.
Trendo.
You guys rescued Trendo von Krieg. And the leader of the Golden Raven during his time was
Golden Raven Guild?
Breck von Zadash.
It's a guild, right?
Yes, the Golden Raven Guild, based out of Vasselheim. So you would recognize on the side of one of the wagons, Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
It is a picture of a raven
Mm-hmm.
on the splashed against a golden kind of sun-like emblazon. with almost like a alchemy symbol behind it. What are you doing? Because you're
I didn't leave the library completely. I just kind of
I
started
know.
here and go.
yeah
I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. But I am curious about the gentleman because I don't know anything about whatever situation they've
No,
been in. So
no.
I'm just sort of like I want to see like what brings you here in Elvish to the gentleman that's sitting there. Because
You walk back into the research chamber. He's still sitting there. You approach him, and then in Elvish, you say,
what brings you here?
"Well, he's still. I am studying, is what I am doing here. Could you possibly let me do that in peace?"
He's gonna sell me
And he
out,
looks
guys.
up at you. Oh, you are very different looking. And he's got a very heavy accent, a Marquesian accent. But your parentage is dwarf and elf, I see. Sit, I have questions for you. As you can see, I study the rarity of such creatures as yourself.
What's it feel like?
I want
Like,
to
why does
put
this
you
feel
in a
so
glass
familiar?
jar.
Someone
And
else
as he kind
interrogated.
of brings his hand up like this to his face to look at you, you notice that two of his fingers are gone, and there's two metallic fingers that have replaced it on the stump of his left hand. What is your name?
I'd probably stick out a hand like a good firm greeting. It's
Yeah.
like, Belladonna,
Good to meet you.
what's your name?
Van Ries. And that's when he shakes your hand, you notice a tattoo on the back of his hand of a golden raven.
Gangster. Dude is so gangster. He's set tripping, man. I gotta get out of here.
I come here with a group myself. What brings you here other than for the research?
Give me a persuasion check. If you can spark a conversation with this gentleman.
Okay, so persuasion is dirty 20.
Well, me and my friends, we are looking for a unique flora and fauna and individuals for me to embolden my studies upon. I look for people that are out of place, don't belong, or creatures of strange origin as well. Me and my friends, we study them and learn things about them.
Hopefully alive, I'd hope.
Well, it depends on the condition we find them.
Well, it was wonderful meeting you. Is trying to pronounce his name correctly, but I think
Von Rees?
Van Rees.
Van Rees?
Von Rees?
Von,
I thought it was Van. Is it
Von-
Von or Van?
Van Ries is how
Van.
you pronounce it.
Van,
Van.
You can give me a history check, see if you recognize his accent.
I wrote it as an A. For some reason, I wrote it like an O sound.
Ditto.
Van.
Yeah.
Van Johnson.
I wrote it as an A, and I wanted to spell it.
Yeah,
as well.
not a familiar accent to you at all. Very strange.
So it's very foreign to me. And I'm just gonna, it just still having that kind of vibe. It's like, oh, you search for certain creatures. Okay, that's cool. It was great meeting you. Yeah, I hope
Very interesting to meet you as well.
strokes the hand. Like, yeah, no, it's wonderful to meet you too. No, no.
He just, his eyes are wide as he stares at you. Goes back to just reading from his book.
That's the sounds he's making. as
What are
he's
you
thinking.
doing outside?
Running all the way back.
Just give me a stealth check with
Okay.
disadvantage,
We
just
totally
to see if they
saved
notice
one
you.
of those guys that want to tear us apart.
Not good.
What'd you
I
get?
know that
Not good
feeling.
at all. Let's see what's my deck.
It's all coming
One.
together.
So I did roll 7, so I got an 8.
Beat my 4. So
Oh, they must have been taking a dump behind the cart or something.
or using one of the local latrines. They
Yeah.
are civilized.
That's the whole way back.
Back to what?
Okay.
Back to the Brat's Cup.
Okay.
inn.
And then you head out of the library as well?
Yeah.
Belladonna? Okay.
After that kind of a.
You're heading to the Brass Cup. Where are you heading off to?
I get the feeling that probably going back to Nebraska would be a great idea because I'm gonna assume everybody's gonna be heading back there.
You're gonna ask your God.
I could ask God. Go back to
God,
go
where
back.
should I go?
And interrogate the guy in the library specifically.
Keep talking to the gentleman, or just go back to the cup.
No,
No, don't go back to the cup.
it's better if you don't know.
It's better if you don't know.
And I would say, Belladonna, because you leave casually,
Mhm.
you notice the same two wagons. And it strikes you because on the side of one of the wagons, plank like walls and then the canvas covering is a golden raven with the golden splashback.
The
And
same as the tattoo.
yeah, same as the tattoo that you saw on the back of his hand. Like, you know,
Could I do a history check? Even? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
go for it.
Can you see if there's a poor defenseless creature locked away? 'Cause I think we will
Look,
forget.
see a monkey struggle in there.
Monkeypox.
Monkey fox. Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon. What'd you get?
2 plus 2 is 4, but that's still 4. I
I
don't know.
mean, Vasselheim has a lot of guilds, you know, and that number has like been exponential over the course of the last 100 years or so.
Yeah.
I've
Maybe like seen them once or twice, but I don't know anything about them.
I mean, you know, the basic thing that you would recognize is they probably operate out of Vasselheim, which is where most guilds base their headquarters in.
It's just
But you have to be a sanctioned guild to operate out of there. But there was definitely an arcane vibe you got from the guy. And Vasselheim is not an arcane friendly city.
Hmm.
He's blowing bubbles.
Of course he is.
I don't have any like. Because he said he had tattoos.
He had like weird tattoos of
Like
runes coming
glyph
up
or runes.
off of his neck and up underneath his chin and the back of his head.
Would be
He had a monk vibe to him, but he was definitely a very strange looking individual.
missing fingers, rune tattoos.
Anything else you want to do before heading back to the Brass Cup?
I'm gonna go check on the horses.
Okay,
Make sure
go
it's
check
still
out the
there.
stables.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head over. I believe that's going to take you back towards.
As much as I trust it's always good to check on horses.
Heading back over to the Golden Village because that's where you stabled them at.
And my goat.
Ever important goat,
Mhm.
greatest of all time. Back to Willa and Jade. Where else would you like to go next? You're still in the local neighborhood at this point.
Let's go look in the manga's skins. Just
Okay.
for yeah.
This is very unique
and
looking
shittles.
space. While the front appears to be
Ship-
stacks
ship-
of
ship.
crates of kind of like toolkits and tool components, the interior is all leather workings, leather skins, leather armor, anything to do with any kind of leather making supplies or purposes of it to be made out of leather, tack and harness and belts, like a whole section of belts and armor and leather shields and other things leather related as well.
I wonder if you're still holding your tiny elephant, just staring at that.
Probably.
I put it on top of my head.
And there's a tiefling who seems to be the proprietor. White and black skinned. His horns are kind of down and out. He's wearing very kind of like jeweled piercings and adornments on his face and on his horns as well. He's dressed in silver and yellow kind of garments of casual style, but kind of nice at the same time. Sees the two of you standing there. Well, hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I have got to tell you that not only is your fur amazing,
You can't have it.
that's a very weird direction to go. I wasn't going to say that. I would assume you use amazing products. Anyways, what are you? I am curious.
I am normal. Look at my leaves. I'm like all the other trees.
No, the trees around my house do not talk and move.
Be thankful.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate. So she's not fun.
She likes me lots, don't you,
I
Jade?
do. I really like you a lot.
Jade is my favorite.
Your favorite tabaxi? Are you traveling with a troop, a clan of tabaxi?
No.
No.
She probably means flesh person.
It's interesting that you would translate it that way. Now I feel very out. This feels like an odd conversation. Anyways, what can I do for the two of you?
Yeah, the Lynx is with us too.
What can I do for the two of you?
We were just
looking
looking around.
What interesting things do you carry in your shop?
Oh, well, I carry all manner of fine leathers, adornments, leather armor, leather equipment, tools for making leather. You carry some pretty master-crafted belts if you're interested in some more refined. Are you wearing the circlet yet? Okay.
Because I haven't attuned to it yet.
Yeah.
I didn't think that walking around shopping would be appropriate attunement time.
Maybe it would. Maybe you're gonna get attacked as soon as we leave this shop. Who knows?
It's quite possible.
I
Your fur does look pretty.
You get some real pretty fur.
I can make a really nice coat out of that.
Man,
I will squeal like a
a
pig.
bit of a touch. Oh my, you must use fine product.
Yes, the finest.
Mm.
Fire product. I know what you're
What
doing.
about your fox? What about your fox? For sale, cheap.
You're not there.
Oh no, this is out of character. What'd you say? What do you call it?
That wasn't talking to a
this is
NPC
psychic.
out of character.
Out of character. Nice fox.
It's not a fox. You were the fox.
Oh yeah, nice ice cat or whatever the hell it is.
It's a snow leopard.
Oh,
Snow leopard.
nice snow leopard, nice pelt.
Well, anyways, you seem like you're having an argument inside your head.
Yeah,
tools
one
do
of
you
our
have?
party members just doesn't shut up.
What?
What kind of tools do you have?
I have most general kits and tools you need to practice the art of tannery or leather making or things related to such. Do you blink?
No, she doesn't have eyes. How
Very
much are the
disconcerting.
how much are the the leather working tools?
I can sell you a pretty decent sized kit for 12 gold.
Do we want to start tanning things? And
That would be wonderful.
probably not.
I wonder if they have things for getting into places that I shouldn't get into.
That's not tanning tools. That's
Do you have anything to help
Thieves'
fix
tools.
locks?
No, but I do happen to know that over in the Glass Burrow, there is a particular practitioner. He goes by the name of Arvin. He runs a forge and a blacksmithy.
I love
Arvin?
blacksmiths.
Arvin's blacksmith.
The last one I met was really
no, he wasn't. honey.
Well, he could possibly procure, make, or maybe even have general supplies of, as you call them, tools to fix locks.
nice. We should totally get those leather working things. We did kill a lot of wolves,
We did kill a lot of wolves.
and we could have
Yes,
saved those.
I
pelts.
do have a significant surplus of wolf pelts right now.
Yeah, there were a lot that were kind of going crazy and attacking.
They
people.
were, but they have been told have been brought under control,
Yes,
from my
they have.
understanding. And, well, it's a good harvest for wolf pelts this year.
Yeah.
And he points, and there's a stack of like 30 of them back in his shop, and he's got
Oh my
wolf
gosh.
pelt cloaks and robes, and he's got wolf, like this really cool, like preserved wolf
You should have
pelt
seen the one that we
cloak with
killed.
the, really.
Should have seen the one that we killed, and I described how big the skull was that we kept.
Well, that is quite the size. Do you have the skull with you?
No, it's in our.
Unfortunately, we
It's in
got
our,
separated from our caravan.
Oh.
We're gonna catch up.
It's unfortunate.
It's in our wagon.
I know someone
back
who'd be
there.
willing to purchase that from you.
Are they local or are they in Vasselheim?
They are local too. As you can see, we're burgeoning, we're getting bigger. In the next 10 years or so, we may even challenge Vasselheim for regional influences as well.
Awful Tony from a mining camp.
And, well,
So you said belts? Nice belts.
yes, I do have nice belts.
Let's see the belts. Any of them have bags of holding on them?
I think I have two that do have pouches of holding on them.
How much?
I
are those?
acquired them from some rather eccentric people that passed through here some weeks ago.
And how much are those?
Let's say 315 gold apiece.
Here it goes.
I don't have that much on my own, and I can't spend the party pool that way.
You can spend my money.
Even with your money and my money,
315 gold.
we won't
You
have
said
it.
I had quite a bit. You said I had critical
You have a couple hundred on you.
on me, but you'd have to come find me.
I know we have it in the party pool, but I don't want to spend it.
Out of
Hopefully
character.
we get money when we get back to Vasselheim for our jobs.
Because you're in a hurry,
Uh-huh.
give me a survival check. I want to see if you get lost.
I
Because
totally
you're
agree
not
with
very
that.
familiar with this.
Wouldn't that be
this
great if he
large
got lost,
town.
but he ended up in our
13.
Okay,
in the
good
shop
to
we're
know.
in, like failed successfully.
If I got lost, I would have to. I'd wonder how I got out of the mines.
Well, you were not in a hurry. So you retraced your steps back to the walkway bridge, and then you recognized the route towards the Golden Village where you'd stabled all the horses. So you know kind of where you're going because you're not in a panic.
I look behind me to make sure no one's following.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Perception.
He is so
Both of
grumpy.
them are the exact same, so it doesn't really help me.
Okay, so platinum, 20 platinum would be 200 gold.
By my calculations,
No,
yes.
Out of character. No. Okay, so between your gold and my gold, yes, we can
13.
buy it.
Yeah, go ahead.
13?
You have my gold
Okay,
right
good
now.
to know.
Okay, and you said how much was it?
315 gold
315.
each.
So that would be 31
You get
and
sevens, I get nines.
31 and then
Doesn't
5
make me
gold.
look
31 platinum and 5 gold.
hmm
Okay, I can buy it.
Okay.
Lilith doesn't have a concept of money. The only money she thinks she has right now is 22 copper.
He kind of wraps it
And that
up
means
in
nothing
a
to
nice little bundle and hands it to you.
Okay.
So
You
it
have your tiny
is.
elephant.
It
That's
does not require attunement.
Okay.
So it is a belt of holding,
Belt of holding.
and it can hold up to 1,000 pounds.
it's not much.
And the opening of the pouches, maybe the size of a coffee cup.
Okay.
But it, you carry a lot
1,000
of
pounds?
coin with it.
It'd be easier to hide a lot of coin.
That too.
1,000 pounds. Coffee cup size openings. How
Yep.
many pouches? One pouch or
2 pouches.
2 pouches?
One on your right, one on your left.
500 pounds each.
But it's 1,000 each.
Oh,
Pounds.
So it's weighted based on the bag of holding, not the belt
Okay.
itself. So each pouch is basically a small bag of holding.
So that means that belt can hold 2,000?
nice.
If you put all of the items on one side and you ask for the item on the other side, it'll still come up. It's really awesome.
Magic.
Cool. All right. Awesome.
Thank you
Okay.
for the purchase.
Thank you.
Thank you for the information. By the way, if you find yourselves back in Winchleach with that skull, look me up. I happen to know some people that'd be very interested in buying it.
I
You
will.
have a surplus of wolf.
Wolf
Yeah.
pelts, yes. I'm selling them for a silver apiece if you want any.
Do you want one?
Kind of want to get a bunch of them and just sell them in Vasselheim where it's probably more expensive. But that's just out of character.
Yeah, I mean, you would probably wager that the markets in Vasselheim are probably being flooded as well.
Yeah.
But
The
like,
surplus of pelts are, I mean, you guys were traveling initially that first couple days after the wolves were dealt with, and they were being hung in by the dozens, and they were
Yeah.
being hunted by the dozens.
see the way where I'm thinking about it, it's like yes, out here there would be a surplus of them, but we stopped it from happening, and they hadn't quite destroyed that town back there. So
I
Maybe they
mean,
didn't get too
maybe.
far.
You never
yeah.
know.
That's what I was thinking. But I do want one just to have
Spend
it.
all your money on it.
I don't know why I want a wolf pelt, but I want one.
You're not sure where you took the wrong turn, Jer,
Worse.
but you think you might have taken the wrong walkway.
Mm-hmm.
And you crossed a smaller river. Wasn't as big as the one that you initially crossed. And now you're seeing a lot of signage for a region of the town that you're in called Shadow Heath.
Okay, I stop and ask directions to the copper cup. Or
Okay.
Brass cup.
Okay. Guard looks down at you. Brass Cup. Oh, yeah. East Road's on the other side of town. Just take the Linden Way there over the other walkway. Make sure you're crossing over the big river, and that should put you in the west side of East Road. Should be around there somewhere.
Thank you.
Fascinating.
Bring it back a holding. Okay.
So what else are you guys doing? You're heading back to the Copper Cup. You do not notice anyone. The crowds of people behind you just seem to be
Blurred together.
just kind of casually doing the thing that they do at this point.
Oh my god, these cherries are so good. I know.
You make it to the Golden Village eventually. You find the I think it was a gnome.
It was the gnome battle.
Yeah. And he sees you approach the stablery and, oh, are you all ready to leave then?
No, they're here to leave. Just come to check up.
Oh yeah, well your horses are right there. Your goat with the horses as well. Did you know goats pair with horses well?
Oh no.
Yeah, no, not.
She's
I
not
don't
okay.
know why you said it that way.
She's a
No,
dwarf.
they
I'm like
keep
12.
Yes.
People
The
wouldn't.
tenderness
goats
of the
pair
horse
with
meat.
horses well. No, not mating, dear. No, they keep the horses company from being lonely.
God, I thought the
So I-
goat was pregnant.
That would have been awkward.
I mean, it could be.
Have you been drinking?
Yes, you can make a dwelf.
That would be
I-
kind of like,
I'd have to question a lot of that. Like that's how do you think I was made?
Well, anyways, your horses are fine. Do you know when you and your friends would be needing them?
soon,
Um,
probably.
probably sometime soon.
Okay. Well, they'll be here for you.
Probably. Should I ask to have them ready?
I mean, I can saddle them and get their tack and harness. Your wagon's right over there.
How long
Wait.
would it take to get you to have them ready?
About an hour. Can have them ready for you. It's almost noon now, so depending on when you need them, about an hour.
All right, then yeah, if we can have them ready, that would be wonderful.
I'll get my young sons on it right away.
Thank you so much.
And the gnome kind of wanders off. Williams, Patrick, get over here. And kind of immediately puts them to work.
Start heading back to the copper cup then.
Write those names down.
They're Vecna.
Still questioning. It's all like, could the goat still be pregnant? No.
Well, the goat is going to be dinner later, so it doesn't matter if it's pregnant or not, because it's
Squishy, yummy, soft, sweet insides.
yes.
Cat's extra happy.
I think that's what they
There's
call lamb.
It's a kid's meal.
How tall are you?
Lamb
I'm-
and sheep.
It's baby sheep.
Because elves are pretty tall, but dwarves are pretty short, so it's kind of in between. I think I was pretty
Baby goats are kids.
6, 5, 7.
You just
Okay.
had kid.
Very broad-shouldered, elfish-looking thing.
Like long ears,
Yeah.
but just kind of like it's like a stubby elf.
Yeah, fair. So what are you two doing
Yeah.
at this point?
We are meandering around shops.
I
Okay.
wanted to get his name before we left, though.
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Uh,
Proprietor.
My name is Quinlan.
Quinlan? Is that Quinn and then second name Lynn, or Quinlan one word?
One word.
Okay.
QuinnnlyIon.
I don't suppose I run into them on the way back.
I would say Jerry runs into them first. In fact, as they start coming out of the shop, you guys watch as Jerry he's just running like right towards you.
I just run right past.
Give me a dex check. Yeah, give me a dex check. See if you can snag him by the collar.
Okay.
Just see little dude.
I got a 19 plus 4.
Wait, you feel someone snag your collar, and you're looking up at Jade, but then you're still running as she's holding you in the air. You're still...
Oh,
Hey, you okay?
no. We have to leave immediately.
Where's
And
Bella?
within minutes,
I don't
you look
care.
over to see Belladonna seeing you doing that, and she's now approaching
Just,
where the three of you are.
There's Bella. Okay.
oh, I would be laughing. I'd be like, look, little feet.
Belladonna comes up, plays with his little piggy toes.
I'm not holding him that. Well, I guess she's short too.
If you're holding them up, and I'm just kind of like watching this.
I'm not holding him up. I'm just.
Well, you're pretty tall.
Yeah.
Trying to
How
go
tall is
out
your
by
character?
Tabaxis are usually about 6 feet.
I mean, Jerry's like exhibiting those kind of craven feelings he gets when things are.
So I'm like, what did you see?
Oh. Well.
He like stops running. He's like
we were-
trying to be all tough.
No, I'm just hanging. No, I'm just hanging there. Well,
Still
the same time.
I'm put him up on my shoulder.
Across my legs. The same guild. When we were in the library, I saw a user of magic, a magician, and he was studying on changelings and such, and he was of the same guild. And he had some rough customers out at his wagons, and I think he's probably after me, like the other mage was. So, time to leave.
Don't worry, Jerry. If he comes by to get you, I'll just eat them.
Well,
Time to leave.
let's just get. Yeah, we can just go.
Yeah, we can go
I
now.
mean, we want to
Time
catch
to
up
leave.
with the.
We do want to catch up with the caravan.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
let's
miss
catch up with the
Darren.
caravan.
I miss the rest of my stuff. I mean, I miss Erin too.
Even in her RP world, folks, she misses her stuff.
Can you put me down now?
Yeah. Put him
I
down.
hope.
I start running to the stables.
I hope Hyman.
We have to check out of the inn first.
Okay, I'll be saddling the horse.
Meet you at the stables.
Okay.
I hope Hyman is taking care of our stuff all right.
Would you be like able to ride the goat because of your size?
Eat the goat.
So no.
We're gonna eat
Who'd
the
want to ride a
goat.
I just thought about his size. I feel like the horse would be too big for the goat.
No inadvertently saddles the goat. Here you go, little fella.
Shh, don't take anything
I
from
made
my
blood come out
saddle.
of his nose. and his
I
brain
mean,
gets out of his
honestly,
ears.
I don't think the saddle would fit.
Dry air.
Our
That's
saddle
right,
would
that's it.
fit on the goat.
Imagine
drag
how
your
fast
arm to
you could
death.
be on the goat though.
So it's afternoonish at this point. Jerry has headed off towards the stablery to meet you guys there later.
We're gonna go check out of the tavern or check out of the inn,
Okay.
and then pack whatever anything that we
Take
left
all
in
your
the
kit
inn.
and gear and
Kit
everything you
gear.
had, and takes about an hour. By the time you get to the stablery, the gnome has already saddled the horses with Jerry's help. The wagons are hitched to two of the horses. Two horses have saddles. The goat is in kind of leashed inside the wagon along with all your kit and everything you have. So you guys are setting out of Winchleach at this
Yep.
point, taking the northerly road up in the direction of Vasselheim.
You should already be kitted out for cold.
Yeah, you would have the gear for that.
I know, but I'm like, that's me. Well, you have fur. Never mind. I didn't choose a tree. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm already resistant to cold.
You know, it's like, you have fur. That's a like, and choose a tree. Never mind.
Did I end up get that?
And
one?
remember,
Maybe
it's
we'll
the
tell-
it's it's the springtime,
Okay, then I'll.
so it's
Minus 30.
chilly but not cold. So instead of being
Well, you say it was going from spring to summer.
Minus 30.
so-
It's
right, it's
minus 10,
transitional
that's
weather
it.
right now. You're barely a month away from the beginnings of the summer season.
Okay, Willa got one of the wolf pelts.
Okay,
Short weather.
I have a little bit of fur.
okay. Yeah, it's been treated
She's
already. It's been
Trying to blend in.
okay.
So
You're
now she looks
basically
like
a dryad
tree
tree
wearing a
creature
wolf
wearing a wolf pelt. It looks like nothing out of the ordinary at all.
I'm blending in now, guys.
You should roll the ones.
I know what they how they act.
So
now,
who's
but I'm not
driving the
so much
wagon?
On how to act like them. I have no
Bella
idea.
and Jerry
Yeah.
in the wagon.
Yeah.
And then you guys are on your own horses
Yeah.
at this point. And
Because I'm
Heading-
heavier than
yeah.
probably both of them, and so's Willa. So
I
Fair.
feel like you'd be hiding in somewhere in the wagon, just like
We're probably in the wagon hiding,
he
looking
probably probes the goat and turns into the goat. So now we suddenly have 2 goats in the back.
out. Hey, hey, you hear?
That's a horse.
Ah!
That's
yeah,
a goat.
there you go.
I mean, they kind of sound like they're screaming at us all the time.
Or,
I hear it from the front, and they're
that-
like, ah!
yeah, that's a goat scream.
You ever seen that movie Witch? Yeah, it's like the devil's inside of them. They tell you to kill your whole family,
Oh,
and
fun.
then you wander off into the forest and like fly up into the air.
just gonna float.
That's so awesome. Scare the
Okay.
crap out of
as
me.
you guys leave
Okay.
the northern roads,
Well, I just
out
want to
of-
know, is Jerry a goat?
Chair, are you a goat?
Yes.
there are 2 goats in the wagon.
Okay.
I wonder which one you're gonna feed.
Whichever one I poke and it doesn't say, hey, stop that.
Give me a deception. I want to see how well you can pull off looking like a goat.
Okay.
Goat with scary eyes.
Goat with
Sections
Jerry
for
eyes.
normal
Jerry eyes, yeah.
Let's see, where am I at? December.
Do you have that with
13.
You don't have that with advantage?
No,
think.
I don't.
That's
Oh.
One of the goat.
I mean, so
no,
for-
no.
it's
13.
like,
I mean, it's
so
something
Bella, when
easy.
you, like, you guys are looking for Jerry, you don't really see him anywhere. But when you get in the wagon and you guys are going out of town, it's when you realize that you thought he was in the wagon. Maybe he was, but now there's 2 goats in the wagon. One of the goats looks like the one you bought from the caravan. The other one is a hairless goat. You get the feeling whatever panicked Jerry, he just thought it'd be best to tell getting out of town that he should not look like what he is. But it is a
Hey,
hairless goat.
Hey, Willa. Hey, Willa. Jerry needs to borrow your wolf pelt.
That's it. I was gonna say, put the wolf pelt on me,
So
and I'll just look out the eye holes.
So he's a sheep in wolf's pelts.
No,
No,
he's
a goat.
He's a
Goat,
sheared goat in wolf
Sorry. Okay, I put it on him.
Yeah.
You're like touching the skin, just like this feels weird.
It is. It's like very elastic and
It
creepy.
stretches it really long.
Belladonna's like taffying the goat.
Jerry, you could
No,
always turn
no.
back into Bunny. You remember Bunny,
Oh, I
right?
really liked that fox. I'll make sure that Ivory doesn't
I'm
eat
eating
it.
cud.
Does that taste good?
I eat some of the wood.
As the wagon pulls out of
Hey,
Winkley.
stop that!
and
Hop the wagon.
The wagon-
Like, kick the goat.
You guys take the northern route out, which is the main. You're now on the main road to Vasselheim. This road will journey through the northern Othanzia Highlands, most of which has begun to show signs that the spring season's in full bloom at this point. A lot of the land here in the Highlands can be very arable, but it's also a land that's used for herds, for herdsmen as well, whether it be the strange Vasselheim sheep, the great Vasselheim cows that are used and often sought after by tradesmen and tradespeople. But the journey is relatively simple for you guys during the second half of the day. Plenty of caravans coming and going. You come across the occasional kind of, group that you can tell is not from Vasselheim. Maybe they're looking to make their way up to Vasselheim. Independent caravans that have kind of gotten together. By the end of the evening, or by the end of the day, you come out and around over kind of like a hilled section that drops down. And there is a rather large caravan spread out in kind of like rest for the evening. And as you guys come down and get closer, you recognize the caravan. You can see all the azure hammer banners. And then you see a single horse riding towards you with a familiar person on his back.
Okay.
And there's Aaron. He's got his huge kind of duster on, and he's just filth and covered. Well, holy shit. You guys are still alive.
Unfortunately, Snoid and the rest are not.
The ice raptors did not make it. And
Oh,
and
yeah.
neither did.
I kind of wrote all of you off. I'm just glad you guys are okay. We still
Yeah.
have your Vardos. I mean,
Oh,
That's good because
all our stuff's in there.
yes, Snowed and the rest of the group did not make it out of the area.
so that herd of Dresden ice raptors, no good, huh?
They
The last of them were eaten by a purple worm.
a big giant ice worm.
Oh.
Ice worm.
That's
He called it a purple
Yeah.
worm and ice worm
Yeah.
interchangeably. So
yeah. Well, I'm just glad you're all okay. Listen, we got some visitors. We weren't expecting to see them till we got to Vasselheim, but that's why we've camped here for an extra couple nights. 4 of you may be interested in these visitors. There's a Dawn Marshal that's traveled to us. She goes by the name Pike.
I wonder who that is. Must be an interesting person though.
Not even a.
What's she visiting for?
Well, seems word has made it to her ears about what you and your friends have been up to. She's traveled with some order keepers.
We didn't make the thing explode.
What? What happened?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go by that again. Which one
It's okay.
exploded?
Nothing.
She's also traveled with one of the heads of our order. Thulwar Gemcutter is
How do you
here
spell
as
that?
well.
How do you spell that?
Thulwar.
Lwar.
Thulwar Gemcutter.
Oh, it's TH.
Evidently word of what you guys have been doing has reached their ears, and they'd like to meet you. Oh, and they've also offered to conclude contracts while here. So they've brought payment.
Oh, I gotta turn back into Jerry.
Oh, there you are, Jerry.
No, I mean not in front of him. I'll be in the back of the wagon.
Half goat still. just
Meanwhile, the
bottom leg.
whole time, Ivory was sitting in the wagon just staring at both of you. Both
Which one to
goats.
eat?
Tail going, doing the,
He knows which one smells like Jerry.
doing
Mine's
the
Spike.
cat thing.
No, I'm kidding.
Doing the cat thing like that.
Kitty dog.
Oh, situation.
Meanwhile, it's like a 4-foot long, 150-pound snow leopard.
Yeah. That's
Did he fall
perfectly
asleep, by the way?
sectioned down the middle.
Oh, yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
He's out.
What are you doing?
Mimicking Ivory. All right.
Help her with her pet.
So
Transform into cat.
Transform into
tree cat.
Well, anyways, follow me. Welcome back. And as Aaron leads you guys down,
As we're going, I'm going to ask him about how his trip north was.
well, I'm not gonna lie. After we hit the way station, hearing some interesting stories. Caravans being attacked. Supposedly caravans being ambushed as well.
Oh yeah, we took care of that.
Oh, well, you
You
could
killed them all.
add that to your list of things you've accomplished. I'll leave that up to you to decide what you tell them.
We didn't make it collapse. Yes, we did.
It's okay.
What have you
It's
been
okay.
doing? Anyways, we added some more individuals to our caravan. As you can see, we're quite large now.
Yeah.
Small
People
thermonuclear
traveling
explosion was not
North. It's just been a journey. It's been a deal. But good to know that the four of you, well, the three of you, I'm not familiar with this one.
We picked up a.
She
Well,
carries the emblem of the Azure Hammer.
Yep.
She is part of the guild that
Miners. Guild.
yes, the Miners Guild of
Yeah.
the Azure Hammer. I hope that
I know she's tall, but she is or she's short, but she is actually of age.
is that a problem?
She's part of the Miners Guild.
Blood comes out of my
You know, Jade, I haven't missed you at all. Anyways,
Just holding up a drink and like,
Let's go talk to this Mr. Pike.
Miss Pike.
Spike.
Did they say
Okay.
it was a Mr. or Mrs.? I don't think they did.
Oh, Don Marshall was a.
and he
Don
kind of
Marshall
chats you up the whole time.
Yeah.
And as you guys are on the main road, and then
Marshall
he
Pike is a miss.
takes you off the road and down into the encampments. You can see quite a few people come over and kind of wave, and familiar faces, people that you had helped before that are still here. A lot of new faces, people that have kind of.
Is that little girl here?
Any golden ravens? I'm looking.
Give me perception as you
Yeah,
look
any
around.
golden ravens.
Yeah.
I'm looking too.
Because we saw the
I'm apparently not seeing.
15?
Not that you could see.
because there was a couple of the people that were coming
got a
toward our
12.
direction too.
Is Zuri here?
The little girl that
Aaron
we...
goes, yes, she's camped right over there with some of the survivors of the caravan she was with.
Okay.
Evidently, she has family in Vasselheim, so we'll be taking her to them.
I mean, her aunt and uncle were safe, right? We saved them.
Perception?
Yes. What are you looking for again?
Can I see if there's any familiar faces
Or
that we see
appearance?
maybe like from the trip from before, like or the areas that we
Good
went
point.
to?
Give me a perception check.
No, her parents were fine. It was the aunt and uncle that were brave.
Correct.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Not particularly, because this caravan was ahead of schedule of most of who you ran into. But you get the vibe that a lot of the people that have kind of latched onto them recently would have been caravans of people looking to, they've arrived in Shorkham and they're like making their way up to Vasselheim.
Within the persuasion, what about any of
Perception.
the kind of the characters that we met at the campfire, like the not quite dwarves, but they look like dwarves.
Oh, like you're looking for Durgar?
Durgar, yeah.
No, you don't see any. Yeah, you don't see any.
Because you never know if any of them escaped or not.
Fair point.
Yes, but they'd be...
Is there any changelings that look like dwarves?
It's very racist. There could be well-adjusted Durgar in the world.
You know, these are all gummy bears, except for these blue ones that look like
I was like, really?
or clown.
Party hats.
We adjusted some, all right.
That's
Now
fair.
they're good, Drugar. Good and dead.
Okay, so we're continuing down.
I'll just take them.
I imagine that's how Willa eats.
Their food. Plays with the wizard head.
Well, anyway, your Bardos are over there. We didn't set up your camp, but your wagons are parked over there.
Thank you.
Is Kaiman
It's all gone through. He's taking everything.
What?
Is Kaiman being nice to the horses?
I still don't know what you said.
neither do I.
This looks more like a
Oh,
spaceship than a party
The
hat.
guy that you assigned to drive our
Yes.
Bardo, has he been nice to the horses? That's
Yes.
what she was saying.
Oh, yes. If you'd like, you can
You got
continue
that?
to drive the
I did.
Bardos.
She has
Aaron leans down towards you.
Yeah, I know.
Bite me.
Anyways, and he points over to a rather oversized pavilion.
Mhm.
There's 2 banners in front of it. One is a banner of the Truth Keepers. The other one's a banner of the Saren Ray. You could see a contingent of about 24 heavily armored and well-disciplined Paladin Templar types, kind of either in guard positions or in kind of like casual patrolling positions, because they've also built like a temporary wooden palisade around it, just a quick to give it some emoticon of protection if anyone tried to enter. But it looks like they're more using it just to be able to keep a patrol and maintain a bit of security around it. Perhaps even the word's gone out, because from down here looking up to your left, up near the road that you just came down from, there's other encampments up there as well, as this has suddenly become kind of like a stopping point of activity all of a sudden. There are 2 guards at the kind of like ad hoc gateway into the pavilion area. And Aaron just points, just let them know who you are and introduce yourselves to, well, good luck.
Anything we should know?
It's just very unusual for a Dawn Marshal to come this far south and be so interested in a particular group. And the fact that one of our council members travels with her. And they've sought your name specifically, looking for you. The fact that they're willing to terminate contracts in payment means that they probably have something else in mind for the group of you.
Let's go back.
Serving a Dawn Marshal carries a pretty heavy weight of, well, infamy or fame, depending on how you interpret it. But are you familiar with this Pike Trickfoot? You know her history.
Do we know anything?
Some.
No.
You guys know the basics.
Some.
Jerry wouldn't know anything.
She helped make the giant thing that we were helping harvest? Dead?
She was involved with a group called Vox Machina, who dealt with the attempted ascension of Vecna. Most things about her are legendary or rumor. She's believed to be the last surviving member of the entire group. My understanding is she is in ill health. She is looking to retire. But anyways, you can learn more from her if you want. My understanding is that they're expecting you for dinner, an evening's meal.
Oh, that's exciting. I don't eat.
What if we're dinner?
It's okay. You can pretend.
Well, anyways, leave your wagon, leave your horses and your gear. I will take these over to your camp for you.
Thank you.
I'll even have the person I had driving your wagon set everything up for you as well.
There's a goat in the wagon.
Oh yeah, I
I
see.
see safety and security over there. I'm gonna go with it.
You heading towards the pavilion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, anyways, good luck.
I'm imagining she's picking off little termites and
Well,
Which would do nothing, mind you.
yeah.
Because
she's eating the
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what are you doing out here? Get back inside.
Oh well, that just went dark. So the 4 of you are now standing. You're watching as Aaron leads all your kit and gear off in the direction of where the Vardos are. You can see dozens of campfires, but you can hear the sound of people.
While we were traveling,
Mm-hmm.
I put stuff in the bags of holding
Okay.
and attuned to my circlet. Well, we're gonna figure out who has the lowest AC.
You guys could figure it out. While, I mean, you could say you were working on this
What's your
while
AC,
you were
Jerry?
16.
traveling.
18.
Rollies.
Hmm?
Who wants the circlet?
Rollies.
I'm going to magic.
11.
You don't believe in magic?
I believe in magic. I am
Don't
magic.
believe
You
in
You don't want
magic.
you don't want the circlet?
What about you?
Ridiculous hocus
Mine's an
pocus.
18.
Ridiculous hocus
I'd rather
pocus.
give it to someone who
Has
Like
the
to
lower.
charge into battle. Like a psycho.
put it on the conch shell.
Right?
Yeah, let's give it to a psycho. That's a
Give it to
great
her. She'd be
idea.
unstoppable.
Well, her AC is already an 18.
Yeah.
As long as Willa doesn't absorb it and like
Just tell me not to do it.
don't absorb
Get
it.
all kinds of sap on it and stuff.
Just like my leaves grow around it.
Right.
It just looks like it's part of me the whole
Put
time.
put it with your elephant. You do that like a little elephant.
Okay, let's continue on. We'll figure this out after.
Okay.
Because
All right.
we probably
Let's go.
won't be attacked tonight.
And there it is.
Right.
As
Well,
they say,
put it
there
on yours.
is.
Okay.
But as I tell you, don't absorb this.
But I can wear
One group of troublemakers.
You can wear it, but
Here to
don't
talk to.
absorb it.
Pike.
Okay.
Okay.
It's really pretty.
It is really pretty. Yes.
Can't help but laugh though, because I'm just all like, out of everybody who got eaten by things, I did get the heroic fail.
So don't absorb it, but take the circlet of protection. And it adds 2 to your AC.
Oh.
Still picks off bits of ooze off.
But it requires attunement, so
We'll put
it
that down.
counts as one of your attunement
Gets all
spots.
mossy.
Start to hate the rain after that. Now.
Okay. Jason.
Sorry, I was experimenting with something, and it doesn't overlap. I thought it would.
Yeah, we do that often, guys. We do that often. Experiment with
I
things and
know
they
while
don't
you guys were
overlap.
sorting out
Overlap.
your shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why is
Yeah.
this? There we
Usually there's less clothes though, and only the 2 of us.
As soon as I put the circlet on, I have like vines growing around it, so it's kind of like
go.
stuck
Oh,
to my
so
head.
you got the circlet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's
fair
getting-
enough.
It's getting like stuck to my head.
Okay.
Like,
And
like,
that
you
could
can't
be
even
your
see the
method
cir-
of attunement. Yeah.
yeah, you can't even see the circlet.
But I
at this
told her
point.
not to.
I'm not
absorb
absorbed.
it.
Oh, there, little fella. Where are you going?
All
2
right.
guards stop you before you go through the little ad hoc
We're
gateway.
we're expected. This is Jerry and Willa and
Hold up a goat hand bag.
Oh yeah,
Jade?
yeah. Hold on, Sergeant. Do you escort them, please? And you watch as kind of like a burly, thick mustached individual comes over. Oh, decided to arrive, have you? Well, follow me, please. And he just immediately starts
Decided we arrived
stepping
when we
off and
We are like
heading
wizards.
towards the front of the pavilion at this point.
Ivory's coming
Damn it,
through.
They got me addicted.
Yeah, no, gummies are terrible. I
Yeah,
love
when
them.
you start one, it's just like
That's why I like mine. They come in
wishing
individual
you're in an
packs,
alley
that's all
doing
you
whatever
need.
you can for
Okay.
a pack of
So,
gummies.
So you guys are led to the entrance of the pavilion.
They're not sugar free, so you won't get the.
2
Oh,
additional
God.
guards are there. They pull apart the canvas entrance, allowing you inside. The interior is
They're not sure.
much larger than the exterior of the
You
pavilion.
don't want.
TARDIS tent.
It is magically larger.
Like
You
sugar
can
cranberry
hear
substitutes.
music playing in the background. You can see 5 very long tables set up with varieties of people either sitting and eating or picking at food from the table.
I'm sorry.
You can see dozens of individuals kind of clustered together having conversations. Meanwhile, the sergeant says, wait here, please. And you watch as he walks over to a small cluster of individuals. He leans down and whispers into someone's ear. And then you watch as a very elderly gnomish face, but not elderly to the point of ancient, just someone who's seen and done a lot. You see her long white hair that's still a full head of hair. She's always had white hair that used to be smattered with browns and blondes. Her face is the face of someone who should be young, but has seen too much to ever be young. She is wearing very simple attire, but she's got the very kind of she's got the collar of the Don Father around, or the Don Marshal around her neck. You can also see the crown of the Sarenrae on her head. Her hair is pulled back into like a bun, and she immediately smiles as she sees the 4 of you. And as she
I tried
walks,
to mix the smile.
yeah, as she walks out of the group
okay,
with the sergeant kind of alongside of her, her full 3.5 foot height, and you watch as she whistles, and as she whistles, a very tiny young bear comes out of the shadows of the pavilion and kind of is loping alongside of her, and you hear her say, "Be still, Trinket,"
Aw.
and kind of
Trinket Junior.
kind of walks up to the four of
Junior.
you. Well, I've been wondering when you'd arrive.
It was
Take a little side excursion, did we?
there were some things that needed to be dealt with.
So I've heard. Please, you look hungry. Shall we sit, have a meal, talk about where you've been?
Sure.
Good. Please come with me. That'll do, Sergeant. Thank you. If you wouldn't kindly fetch a gem cutter, please, and have him join us for the meal, I'd appreciate it. And then, of course, the wait staff, if they could bring in the food. Thank you. Well, anyways, follow me if you would.
Just imagined a gem cutter, literally a trick, like an item, just sitting there.
That's the last name of the head of your order. So.
I know it is. I know it is. Just imagine an
I
item.
had
sitting there.
that same flash. I had
Let's
that
see what
same
happens.
Pike begins to kind of guide you over to a particular round table that's offset from the others. It's already got bottles of wine and other drinks kind of adorned on top of it, and empty plates and spaces for people to sit. Please, have a seat.
Who is Jim Cutter? Have we met him?
He's the head of our order.
Oh,
He's
that's
one of the
We
council of
we
your order.
literally just had it written down right here. Okay, I'm going to highlight that.
She pulls out her own chair. She sits down. And then everybody kind of sits at the same time. So, shall we start at the beginning of where you've been? And I do say, it's quite a lovely leopard that you have.
Thanks. And
You-
a cutter.
Well,
Yes.
we were at the Devil's Grin.
It's where my understanding is. And you watch another gnome come over, but maybe almost 4 feet. He's wearing pale blue and gray robes with the Council Order of the Azure Hammer around his neck.
Does Jim
He's
go?
got a strange kind of fabric hat on, deep brown eyes, dark brown hair, kind of very chiseled features of the face. Oh, well, hello. It's good to see that you've made it. I honestly didn't expect you to be here. Some of the rumors we've heard of your involvement with things had us skeptical that they were even real or that you were real yourselves. But you clearly bear our mark, and you clearly are under our service if you came from the Devil's Grin. And he pulls out a chair and he sits down and looks at, why are you smiling at me that way?
Okay,
I thought that's how people.
just look normal, Will.
That's how people look normal. You look frightening. You watch as Pike kind of giggles in her hand. Anyways, Gem Cutter, we were
Like-
discussing their journey.
That are, like, slightly green.
Something about a journey that
Very
began
flat.
in the Devil's Grin. And I would say for the next 20 minutes, how much are you telling her?
I don't have no reason not to tell her everything, especially that wizard that I don't trust.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm giving you an opportunity because we're going to like montage it in the sense that you're going to get her caught up to everything that you've experienced, but you're free to manage that. Now, Belladonna is not completely privy to everything you were doing up to when you met her.
The more I hear,
Is there
the
anything
more
that
I
we would
feel.
want to keep out?
You guys probably wouldn't want me talking about that gem, but I probably might want to start
No,
talking
I
about
think,
it anyway.
I think
Do you
it's
want to
good.
mention the primordial stone?
Sure,
Because, she probably would have the most information about it having dealt with the type.
sure.
She also might take it.
No, we'll roll the dice on this one.
But
You
do
wanna
still have
mention?
the stone, or do I still
Yeah.
have the stone that from the
He has
library?
it.
And he
Nah.
handed it to me.
Right, you handed it to Belladonna.
He's
Yeah,
got it, yeah.
Bella's got it right
you're
now.
Still, you're still goat, aren't
Because
you?
you,
No,
you had gotten up to go see what that guy was all
Oh,
about.
I know when they left.
Yeah, he
I know.
just booked it. So you still have the primordial stone.
Stone schmo, and I'm
Or
out
what
of
you
here.
believe is the
It's
primordial stone.
Not just the primordial stone, the prime primordial
I mean,
stone.
she's the Dawn Marshal.
Well,
Would we
look,
keep
she already
anything
knows a
from
lot
her?
about what we're doing, and if we get caught in a lie, it's not gonna be good for us. So we should just tell her what's going on.
That sounds like a very Jerry answer.
It does
I'm
sound like
okay
a
with
very
that.
fair answer.
Lies don't seem to.
That sounds like a very Willa answer.
Why do you
And
wanna lie?
all Jade wants to do is lie.
Jade, why do you want to lie?
I'm not saying I want to lie.
Okay.
I know
I'm
that
saying,
one.
is there anything that we wouldn't want to tell her?
No, fine. We let Vecna out. We've got this primordial stone.
So we're not lying.
I don't like where this is going.
I think I broke her string.
Oh no!
You
Oh,
broke
no.
your conch.
No, she still talks.
By doing so, you will both know the right
Okay.
Okay, so
You have to
by
buy another
not
one, do it.
lying, by telling the truth, it'll put us on the right path.
I think we should all get conscious.
Yeah, and just
How much
do,
was
and
that?
everything's a question. Did I
Yeah.
do this or that?
Let me find out. I had left my
The
phone in car.
conscious are playing
Okay,
Dungeons and
just send
Dragons.
me
We're
the
not.
link.
Is there a
Um,
place?
There's also I got it off Amazon.
So, yeah,
but
let's
there's
tell the
also
truth.
a clip for this
Okay.
game too.
So you guys spend the next
Yeah.
20 minutes telling her everything from the point of leaving the Devil's Grin.
And the small kiloton
Yeah.
nuclear explosion.
Yeah, everything that happened up there.
Sorry about Snide.
And then
The
it
freeing
looked
of the
like-
wizard.
Yeah, freeing
Mhm.
of the wizard and that weird
I wanted to
contraption, caverns that were very
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
'Cause
we wanted to keep
my
him
head
with
does not
us,
know
but
space.
he seemed very uncomfortable about going.
And
back
then
to the
end
city,
it with the
and then he
primordial
ran
stone.
off.
Just out of character, but if I still had this for so long and we do start getting more conscious, what would happen if it multiplied because it was next to it?
That sounds like a problem between you and your god.
every child on every corner now has a conch.
Just something
And a
to, like,
primordial
put
stone.
put this next to this. And I'm
Okay,
all like,
so-
why are there more?
You watch as Pike looks, after about 20 minutes of listening to all the different stories and information. Well, it would seem that all of you had quite the adventure getting to this point.
The explosion wasn't our
And
fault.
we haven't even made it to the city yet.
Yes, about that. You happen to have that stone with you that you
And
found?
they ate my ice wrap.
Yes.
May I see it, please?
You go to look for it.
Oh, God's having problems. Take it out of my pocket. Do I have to?
She reaches out, takes it from you. Why? So
Don't-
it's true.
Don't let it touch like earth or
Yes, I'm
You know,
Do not.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
familiar
done
with
several
this,
experiments with it.
this stone that you've acquired. Seen it before.
I hope she's not the one that hid it there. 'cause
Be-
That would be really awkward.
Be cautious with it. Do not let it out of your sights.
No.
You're too much.
And I'm still trying to fiddle it, and she said, "Do nothing."
All of you, take a moment. Let me tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about how a primordial titan was unmade and how the world was saved by my friends. I'm going to tell you a story how I promised I would never let it happen again. And that's where we're going to finish tonight. We will be back
I wanna hear
next week.
Literally run story time with
Do one
Mike.
more thing. Can I do one more thing?
Story time with Mike.
Can I do one more thing real quick?
Just one more. Just one more. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Join us here tomorrow night as denizens and their masters may be going down into an underwater volcanic
Oh.
island and dealing with a very dangerous situation as the story is beginning to wrap up, everybody. So yeah, join us tomorrow night. That should be a lot of fun. We will be here. Well, not here. We'll be over at D&D Club on Saturday. New Greyhawk Vice will be back on Sunday. They did a little chat session this time around. So thanks for coming out, everybody. We really do appreciate it. Stay safe. Be kind.
Oh
Play
no,
a
we're not
game
going to
that's
be here
important
this
to your
weekend.
health. Huh?
It's not going to be here this weekend.
Oh, that's right. New Hawk Vice is taking this weekend off.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do something else. Maybe we won't. We'll see. But otherwise, we'll be back here next week live in the studio. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe. Be kind. Play a game.
So we
Good night, everybody.
Hi. So we finally met Pike. Did we totally level up, right?
Maybe
Yeah,
after we talk
yeah.
to her.
We level up. We don't level up.
Milestone?
We just gain experience
I
and wisdom and knowledge.
I want to be super powerful. now,
Reaching
thank
the caravan, was that a milestone?
you. Please.
Yes, we've finally hit a milestone.
Yeah.
Yay! Do we
The
level up
story
tonight?
of the primordial titan.
Do we level up tonight or we level up next time?
We'll level up next week.
Okay. All right.
Level up.
Well, it's only I stopped a little early. We could do it.
Okay. Cool.
We could do it.
So
yeah.
are we rolling 4d8s now?
No, still 3d8s.
Okay. Just making sure. 'Cause I'm
What are we
adding up.
doing? For what? Hit points?
Yeah.
3d8?
Yep.
Crappy roll.
I don't know.
11 hit points is 11 hit points.
You